Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another great tape brought to you by EG Productions and Capital Tape Distributors and our other new sponsor. And tonight, Ricky Santana and
your other host, Dick Slater. One of the most exciting hour and a half of professional wrestling at the gory stages of wrestling, where you know there's a lot of violence around professional wrestling, and today you're going to see some of the most violent, spectacular wrestling matches ever seen on any tape anywhere. And I want to make this a personal thing with me and Ricky Santana. We'll do this on a professional basis.
No problem with me, Fast Eddie. I owe you a favor, and I'm here doing it as a professional favor. As long as Mr. Slater keeps in line, I will keep in line.
It's like, don't need me. I'm getting out of here.
It's like Mr. Slater just said, this is the bloodiest of the bloodiest matches you'll ever see. I hope that you went out there and rented it, bought it, or even bootlegged it, because you're going to get your money's worth. So if you're weak in the stomach or you're a little bit squeamish, you better stay home, shut it off, go rent Bambi or something. What do you think, Dickie?
Well, I think, and another thing is this tape here is brought to you by Pro Wrestling Wear. And anytime you see this in any store, anywhere in professional wrestling, be sure to buy all you can.
This is true. So why don't we head on to the first match? That's what these fans have been waiting for. And here you see our first two contestants on this tape, and guess who that man is right there?
Well, you'd expect it to be you, of course. Really? Ricky Santana here, as you can see, is Pogo. That's the man's name, and he is probably one of the most vicious men in professional wrestling. Of course, he's got a reputation for being a brawler, or just like what you're doing right now, Ricky Santana. I don't believe in the tactics that you're doing right now myself. It looks like you're breaking a little bit of the rules, but I don't know what the outcome of this match is going to be right now. But I know deep down in the wrestling fans' mind that I'm sure all these people are behind you 100%.
Well, that's correct, and yes, you don't know the feud that was carried on between myself and Mr. Pogo. I have since eliminated him from the wrestling scene here in the Caribbean, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just taking it to him, taking the advantage. As you could say, I might have just Pearl Harbored him.
Yeah, as you can see right now, you got the man in a bad position. He's got this coat wrapped around his arms, and here you got him at a full body slam, and down he goes on the mat, and he looks like he's in a lot of pain right now.
Well, that's what was my intentions from the start, to teach this man a lesson. I know he's world-renowned. He's been in the Pensacola area. He's been in the Memphis area. He's been in some of the top places in the world. Even Bachelor's down here in Old San Juan. He's been there a few times, I hear.
Oh, Bachelor's, huh? Well, that's that's a pretty funny joint. I've never been in there myself. I wouldn't go into Bachelor's. I don't have to worry about going into Bachelor's.
Right there, you see me uncork a big right hand, trying to improve his looks there. That's probably why he wears the paint. Wouldn't you say so?
I don't know why they wear the paint. I've never worn any paint myself. I think I wear paint just to try to psych your opponent out. But as you can see right now, you don't look like you're too psyched out right now. I'm really not familiar with this man Pogo, but I'm sure that you got the upper hand right now. But I'm sure down the line here that this man's one heck of an athlete, and down the line here, I'm sure he's going to do something to you to stop you in what you're doing right now.
Well, the reason that I am wrestling this style of match, usually I abide by the rules. I'm very proud of my scientific caliber, but Mr. Pogo doesn't constitute that. He doesn't abide by any rules, and I'm just taking it to him before he takes it to me.
Well, right here, I'll show you. You just give him a full body suplex, and he's got his foot up on the rope there. You know, it's a real tough job for the referees in these kind of matches because, as we said, this is probably going to be one of the most bloodiest, most violent professional wrestling tape that these people have ever seen, any wrestling fan.
This is true. I'm just going out for total vengeance. I've thrown caution to the rules, and sooner or later, Mr. Pogo's going to have to pay for his deeds, and this is the night that he had to pay for them.
Well, with you right here, he's turning it around the other way on you right there. Now he throws your shoulder right into that pole, Ricky, and I know exactly how it feels to get thrown into a hard steel pole. And right here, he's got you in a bad position as he's going to throw you right back in the ring.
Well, I was temporarily stunned there, and yes, you are correct. Anytime you hit a steel ring post, it slows you down. It slows your momentum down, but I'm not down and out as you may think I am.
It comes off the big punch off the top rope. You know, they'll climb the whole top rope. They hire it seems to me, it seems to be the higher a monkey climbs the tree, the smaller it seems to me it seems to be, you know.
Yeah, if you can understand that, then you're smarter than I am.
Well, I am pretty smart.
Yeah.
Well, right there, yeah, look how smart you are. Right there, you're not doing too good there, Ricky. And I'm sure I've seen the run sheet on these videos, and I'm sure that you're on this tape 2 or 3 different times. I'm sure that you have something to do with the production or something here. I don't know. Maybe you're just a little prejudiced, or maybe you just like to look at yourself. But look at yourself right now, and here you see Togo get back in the ring right there, and you don't look like you're doing too well right now.
Well, right now I'm taking a breather, and you ought to know you've been in the wrestling wars for a long, long time. I used to watch as a kid. Anyway, you take a breather out there, and you get yourself psyched up, and you get back into the ring, and you're ready to go once again.
Here you are. You're a little bit shaken up here.
Just trying to get rid of the cobwebs that are in my head right now. These savate-type kicks, you know, these martial arts that Mr. Pogo has incorporated, being that he is from the Orient. They take your toll. It's something that I wasn't accustomed to or wasn't prepared for.
Right here, he's got you again. He runs you right back in that steel pole, right on your head. And now he's got you again. You run right back in the steel pole again, right on your head. Well, you know, a lot of wrestling fans don't understand that when you get run into a steel pole like this, it tends to lacerate you one way or the other. It takes its toll, and of course, Togo at any time, his hands are just about the worst weapons that a man could use in a wrestling match, because he's used all that martial arts. He breaks bricks, blocks, smashing car windows. I've seen him do everything, kick windows in. I've seen him kick a few heads, and I'm seeing him kick a few heads right now. But he's doing one heck of a job to you right now, Ricky Santana.
Well, I'm just temporarily grounded. You know, my wings have been clipped for a second. You know, not severely lacerated, but there he goes. That's one of his martial art tendencies, or biting.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've bitten a few in your day, haven't you?
Well, that's right. Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, they call it. When that time comes, you're fighting for your life a lot of times in the ring. You think that people are wrestling just to put you on your back for the 1, 2, 3, but that's not the case. There's a lot of big egos in professional wrestling, and when you get a man in bad problem like you're in right now, then of course he's taking full advantage of the situation right now, and you're laying there, and I know how you feel right now, but I'm glad it's you and not me.
Well, the difference is that I am going to be able to make a comeback here, even though he tried to open me up like a beer can. I'm sure you're pretty good at that, too, opening up beer cans.
Yeah, I've opened a few beer cans in my life.
Yeah, rumor has it. But as you can see, I never give up here. I never let myself get in a predicament where I can't find my way or find where I'm at and get my senses.
Well, Sonny, anytime they say you give up, you're not one hell of a man. I've never given up to anybody in any kind of match at all. And I'm not saying that I've come out of the ring every time I've got in a ring. It will look like you right now, a little bit cloudy. I've been cloudy. I've been knocked out. And I've been pushed around like every other professional wrestler. But this right here is what you're looking at today, ladies and gentlemen, on this wrestling tape is probably the most vicious, the most bloodiest matches in professional wrestling. And you can see right now, Ricky Santana, that you could use about a few pints of orange juice.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely need a few pints of orange juice, maybe a few pints of blood after this match is over. I'm heavily lacerated, but you notice right there, Mr. Slater, I keep fighting back. The tenacity that I possess doesn't let me quit, and that's the difference between your average wrestler and your great wrestler.
It's okay. You're just sitting here bragging. I don't care. That's all right. Right now,
my father told me it's not bragging when it's fact.
Well, right now, you just took a full turnbuckle right there, and of course here's. I'm not familiar with this masked man out here, but he's watching interest now. He's got the sleeper on you. This is the Oriental Claw of some type, and of course you're trying to block him in some way, but he seems to be clamping up on it even more.
He's trying to apply it, as Gordon Solie would say, the Shin no Maki, as it's known in Japan. But right there, my second instincts are not allowing it. I know that I've lost a lot of blood so far in this match, but I still have my bearings, my wits.
Yeah, well, you got now both of you are down, and the referee's standing there. Of course, anytime you're both men down, you have a 10 count to get up in a match like this, and you look like you're not going to be able to make the count. He's up way before you on this one.
Well, it was just a matter of time before I got to my feet. Obviously, you count to 10 by 2s.
Yeah, 2s and 3s.
Savate type spinning kick, going in for the cover, but Right there I showed once again that I can fight when need to fight. Pogo taking full advantage of that laceration. He's just trying to injure me. He's trying to put me out of professional wrestling. This feud goes back a long, long ways. I know you're not familiar with the feud. You're probably somewhere else in the Orient or down in Mexico, Tijuana, somewhere down there. But this has been going on for a long time, and this is vengeance time.
Yeah, well, you know, just like I said earlier when we first started this show, that this tape here is probably a special tape that they wouldn't show to the normal public because of the violence and of the blood that's involved, and you know, it's like going to a car race or something like that. I mean, people don't like go to car race, see the winners. They want to see who's going to crash, but they never show the crash. Right here, you look like you are really in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble, and yes, this is one of those tapes, like you said, that it's not normally shown to the public because of the violence. This is the violent side of professional wrestling, and this is what you have to deal with when you become a professional wrestler, and you just have to have the tenacity and the internal fortitude to continue, even though you're lacerated. You can see my body right there. Just
I don't know what you're trying to do. You look like you're trying to knock down flies there. So now you're up.
That's called momentum, Mr. Slater.
Momentum.
That's called fan response.
It looked like it was a fly catching to me. I don't know what you were doing now. Now we'll see. Now you're trying to turn the tide here on. Shoot, didn't work. You know, don't ever. I want to give you a little professional information here, a little professional advice. Don't ever throw somebody in the ropes like that when you can't see where you're throwing them, and then expect to do something that comes off and see what happened to you right here. He's just getting right up on the top rope, and this man was famous from jumping off the top rope with all that 250 pounds right on the top of your head, and I'm sure right now you could use a few Excedrin.
Well, yeah, it's an Excedrin time. In that match, I did get lacerated, received 10 stitches, and had my nose broke, but I still came out, and I'm still fighting, and Mr. Pogo is no longer here.
Well, there, Pogo just went to drop that knee across your head, and you moved out of the way on that.
Obviously, he should have taken one of your lessons in not doing something unless you know your opponent is totally
no, I just never have myself in that bad position where I have to worry about that. That's the most important thing. Is the key of it is not the fancy moves and all that stuff in the professional wrestling. The key is knowing where to be at the right time. Otherwise, you end up just looking just exactly like you do right now.
But you got to have that killer instinct, right or wrong.
Well, I always had that killer instinct. That's why my name is Dick Slater, and that's why my name is Mr. Unpredictable, Dirty Dick Slater. I've had every kind of professional wrestling name there is to have because of how I am, and I am a violent professional wrestler, and I've always had a violent style. And right here, you're seeing the most violent tape, the most violent wrestling matches in professional wrestling, and that's why I'm one of your special guest hosts, because I'm qualified to show you and tell you in play-by-play description of what is happening here today, right here live on this tape.
Well, I'm glad that you just gave us your Haruko Cell blow imitation, but the bottom line is, right here, Prophet tries to stick his nose like he does in everybody else's matches, and Mr. Pogo takes advantage of that, but you see I'm still in tune with what I'm going, in tune with what I want to do, so obviously I'm as good a professional as any.
I would admit right here that you outsmarted him on this move. He came off the ropes, and you seemed to move out of the way, and he didn't take advantage of where he was going. Just like I said, you have to be aware of where you're at in the ring at all times. And right here, both you men are slugging it out. And you manage to get your arms around him, and you suplex him back in the ring, and he lands right on top of you. Wait a minute, let's see here. There's Profi here. I don't know what he was doing, trying to fix you a boot or something.
He's holding my legs down. It's very obviously Ray Charles could have seen that it takes two to win a fall here to win a title.
Well, here comes Profi on in the ring here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Pogo won here. Now, did you get this tape to show the people how well you lose there, huh, Ricky Santana?
Well, no, that's got nothing to do with it here. Everybody saw on this tape, and I'm sure you saw it.
All I saw was Profi was trying to tie your shoe because your shoe was untied. Right here, Pogo's got a smile on his face, and I don't see any blood dripping off his face. Matter of fact, there's not a blemish on his face other than the war paint he wears. And there's a little ceremony there. They bow like that. The Japanese people bow like that all the time. They like bowing like that. One time over in Japan, they bowed and bowed and bowed. I got a headache. Who's this
right there? This is Rufus R. Jones, a good friend of mine. He's telling the referee.
Rufus R. Jones. You can almost not see him in the tape here. There he is.
You can see him telling him that Prophet pulled my leg. You can obviously see that Prophet wants to get a victory.
That's Rufus for you.
Get a belt. You know, as you can see.
Rufus R. Jones, the old chicken wing himself.
The freight train, as he's called.
Yeah, I call him chicken wing myself. I can never seen a man clean a chicken bone as well as Rufus R. Jones in my life. He cleaned chicken bone off.
You're just envious.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Right here, you don't look too happy there, Ricky Santana.
But I will be right now. There you go, right there.
Well, when Rufus R. Jones has to come in there and try to tell the referee something, of course, the referee's going to be biased in this thing and give the thing to you. And then, of course, now look, all of a sudden, if Rufus R. Jones knew what he was doing, he would. Well, look, Rufus R. Jones, he's trying to explain something to the referee, and I'm sure he probably can't even get it done.
Well, you're probably trying to say what you want to say, but the bottom line here is, Dick Slater, is that I come out a champion, bloody, but still a champion.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back here in a minute. We're going to be having another wrestling match here.
Oh, here's a favorite of yours right there. I'm sure you go way back with the fat man from Sudan, Abdullah the Butcher.
Spanky.
Spanky. How do you call him Spanky?
Well, I call him Spanky because I don't know. He kind of looks like Spanky to me. But of course, here's Profi again. Now, Profi's on just about everything. Here is a giant warrior.
Now, look. Now, what's he got there? Now, this isn't professional wrestling.
I love Abdullah the Butcher. I love his tactics. I love how he acts. He has he doesn't care about anything.
Looks like he stole a pincho stick from the pincho stand.
Well, I'll tell you, Abdullah the Butcher is not any, I would classify Abdullah the Butcher as not being any kind of scientific wrestling, although I have seen him do some scientific wrestling. As you can see right now, Abdullah is doing some scientific wrestling. That's his science. Abdullah has his way of doing things.
Well, he never won a beauty contest and definitely not a fashion statement. The Giant Warrior never had a chance. He was attacked. Look, he's trying to carve him. What's he think he is, a piece of meat or something?
Well, that's what I said. Abdullah is probably one of the most vicious men of professional wrestling, and that's why Abdullah is Abdullah the Butcher. He doesn't care. You can see Abdullah the Butcher. He's got cuts all over his body. He's the kind of man that he doesn't stop at anything. And if he finds anything around him, or if he has anything at all, if he can find anything to hurt you with, he's going to hurt you with it. Just like he's got the Warrior here, just slammed him into that table and back onto the floor. Now he's going to pick up this chair here, and the Warrior's going to be in a lot of trouble here when Abdullah lays this chair right. See this? I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. What you're seeing here today is you're going to be seeing, you'll never see anywhere on any other tape before, because this is probably the most violent piece of film that's shown anywhere all over the world.
There he's hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. Now the Giant Warrior is no slouch. He's no slouch. He was trained by Terry and Dory Funk, so you know he's got to be able to take care of
Terry
himself.
Funk is my best friend, and if Terry Funk trained this guy right here, that Giant Warrior, he didn't do a very good job of it, because I know how Terry Funk fights. Terry Funk fights, and he wrestles, and he does everything first class, and the Giant Warrior right now is laying down on his back. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at here is probably, it looks like a day out at the supermarket in the meat section, because he doesn't look like he's faring too well. And here's Abdullah, all 450 pounds of Spanky, running over there and knocking this Giant Warrior down. As you can see, the Giant Warrior is laying there right now, and Abdullah, of course, he's probably looking for something to hit him with. Of course, he's going to grab the TV. I've seen Abdullah one time eat almost a whole TV on Atlanta TV off of WTBS up there in Atlanta. And you can see right here, he runs his head back in that table, and there he goes back down there. Now Abdullah the Butcher, I'm sure he's taking a little breath here, but Abdullah the Butcher is going to tip this table over the top of him. So he doesn't care. Well, see, there must be no rules in this match, ladies and gentlemen, because anytime the two wrestlers are allowed to do this and then continue on, and there's nobody here to break this fight up at all. As you can see, here's Abdullah the Butcher. He's waddling back to the ring. And you can see the Giant Warrior. He's lost a lot of blood here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him. He looks absolutely horrifying. He looks like something on Friday Night Fright. Freddy the Fender here or something, I don't know.
It's Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, same thing.
You knew what you were talking about. Now look at it, the perfect species right there. I know why they call him the Butcher, why you said he's a supermarket. This is more like a Slaughterhouse 5 movie.
Now you can see here Abdullah the Butcher right here. Look, Abdullah the Butcher has got great muscular definition, as you can see right here. He's got this spike out, and he's driving it in the top of this Warrior's head. Now, how could you say, I was commenting before, how could you say something about Terry Funk trained this man? Because I know Terry Funk for years and years, and just like I said, Terry Funk is probably one of the most vicious wrestlers and one of the most men would have got more heart and fighting in the Funk family than you can ever imagine.
Well, I think it might have been Dory that might have been involved and kind of pawned him off on Terry for a couple of cows and a bull and a steer.
Well, I'll tell you what we ought to do when this tape's finished with, we ought to send him a copy to Dory Funk and tell him that I want to show you just exactly what the Warrior, your man you trained, and watch that Abdullah the Butcher take apart the Warrior, because right here he's doing a fine job of doing it.
In other words, what you're trying to tell me and the wrestling fans that are watching this tape, that the Giant Warrior should go home to mama.
Wait a minute. Look at Abdullah here is posing here. Look at him, he's posing here. Abdullah's posing. Look at the pose. Look at the muscular development of Abdullah.
Oh, yeah. He's got excellent lateral conformation. Notice the
Abdullah
deltoids.
the Butcher is a very, very strong individual. He's got great deltoids. And right there, he shows a warrior. Right there, he lays a great big chop. And Abdullah the Butcher is very well known for his martial arts, karate, his expertise, and of course, anything that he can find anywhere and at any time to use on this man. And look at him. He's just laying there, taking this punishment that he should be taking. And I'm going to tell you something about the Giant Warrior that I'm sure he remembered this match for a long, long time to come.
Well, how could he forget it? He's laying there in his own blood. You can barely see his face. You can barely identify him. And I'm sure Butcher's got to be in his glory right now because he just loves to see somebody bleed. He just loves to see blood flow down a face of an opponent, leaving him senseless.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I've wrestled that Butcher many, many times, probably more times than you ever have thought about it.
I've been with Abdullah the Butcher before.
3 years, Abdullah the Butcher was after me in the great state of Georgia. And as you can look at me, as you can see me, I don't have a lot of blemishes on my body like this man does right now.
Well, it's just a matter of time. I mean, he's probably didn't watch any tapes of Abdullah. It's probably the first time he wrestled him. He's probably at home taking it easy, thinking he had a gravy run, sitting at home with mama and everything else. But as you can see right there,
Giant Warrior got a little bit of guts back in him. He's starting to get a second win here. And I think the Giant Warrior now has got Abdullah the Butcher down, and he's planting them big boots. And I don't know what size boots this man has, but I think
got a size 14 double E.
Well, it's about the size of his brain, too, 14 double E, because I wouldn't be less experienced trying to get in a ring with a guy like Abdullah the Butcher. And Abdullah the Butcher is used to being beat up. Look at Abdullah the Butcher right now. And it won't be long before Abdullah the Butcher gets up here and stops this man, because I see now he's standing on his head like he's some kind of little watermelon there. He's trying to break up a watermelon. Well, Abdullah the Butcher is the kind of man that's not going to be laying down very long. And just like I said, you can see right now the Giant Warrior has a lot that has been taken out of him at this time. And as you can see, all of a sudden there goes one of Abdullah's famous prides, and he's carries a big spike around. Now you see, now look at the tactics right now that the Giant Warrior is using on Abdullah. But there ought to be some kind of rules against this for the Giant Warrior, because the Giant Warrior is much bigger man than Abdullah the Butcher is, as you can see that. And right now he's trying to take his eyeball out, ladies and gentlemen. You can look at this. Look at this. It's absolutely horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Giant Warrior trying to take Abdullah and trying to take his eye out here.
Well, hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I didn't see you squawking too much.
What does he think Abdullah looks like? He's not a Giant Warrior. I think he's a dentist or something. He's got that spike driven down Abdullah, well, I call him Spanky's mouth.
Well, he should. He should have stuck it in his ear, his mouth, and his nose if he had a chance to. I would do it after the man sat there and tried to brutalize and end my career.
I think this referee should have stopped this match a long time ago, because I'm going to tell you something right now. The Giant Warrior is probably going to run out of blood here pretty soon and probably fall over from exhaustion.
No, he's not going to run out of gas.
As you can see, Abdullah the Butcher is in much better shape than the Giant Warrior in this match. And he looks much better shape as being an athlete, too. I'm going to tell you that right now. And Abdullah the Butcher, like I said, the more you hit this man, you better hit him with everything you got, because Abdullah Butcher has got a lot of gas in him, I'm telling you that.
Yeah, he looks like he taught Arnold Schwarzenegger how to train. I could tell by the excellent abdominal work that he does. He does push-aways from the table.
You see that as hard as you hit Abdullah the Butcher, he just keeps on coming back, See, you can't hurt that man's head. I've hit him with everything that I've had. I've hit him with boards, I've hit him with chairs, I've hit him with everything, and he seems to have a head that's made like a coconut.
Well, he ought to. Maybe he has no brain, no pain, no sense, no feel.
Well, that's your opinion, Mr. Santana. I'm going to tell you something right now. As you can see right now, Abdullah the Butcher is right back on this man. And it looks like the Giant Warrior has lost too much blood, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like the Giant Warrior, now wait a minute, what is he doing now? He's taking off his boot here, and he has, well, this is what I'm saying. You can't just hit Abdullah the Butcher with a boot. You have to hit him with something other than just a boot to stop this man. And there he goes, back on Abdullah's head with that boot, and he's pounding away, trying to wear this man down. But you cannot wear a man down like Abdullah the Butcher unless you put him all the way out.
Well, he's just giving him a little bit of an attitude adjustment. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure that you've been in a few wars yourself, because I've been in a few wars. But when it gets to a point where you just had enough, you got to do like Popeye and say, can't stand no more.
Yeah, well, right here it looks like Abdullah the Butcher's laying there, taking this punishment from this man right now. The Giant Warrior is open him in the boat. Another Giant Warrior. Now, why would the Giant Warrior hit the referee like that?
Well, it's like you said yourself. He's lost too much blood. The man's delirious. He doesn't know where he's at. He's probably thinking he's at home beating up on his dog, kicking his kids or something. I don't know.
He should be.
You tell me. You've been in that predicament before.
He shouldn't even be in this match in the first place. Larry Nagels hit somebody else. And this man come in probably to help the Giant Warrior. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't come in to help Abdullah Butcher because Abdullah Butcher doesn't need any help. Here's a man here with a mask, and boom, right there, the Giant Warrior hits him. And now, of course, there must be something in the Giant Warrior's boot because he's laid 3 men out now. And you've seen how many shots Abdullah the Butcher can take. I'm going to tell you what kind of man Abdullah the Butcher is. As you can see right here, Abdullah the Butcher is trying to get out of the ring because the Giant Warrior apparently has lost all sense about him. And he's, of course, like you said before, he's sitting there bleeding, and he doesn't know exactly probably where he is. And all these people are out here trying to help him, and what does he do? But he hits everybody in the head with a boot. Now, you tell me what kind of fool that is.
Well, he's obsessed. He wants to get even with Abdullah the Butcher for what he did. I can't blame him.
See now all these people out here trying to break this fight up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You see right now, I don't know who these 2 kids are here, but I see the masked man. I see you again. You're in the film again.
Yeah, I'm there trying to help my friend.
Now you're out there trying to break something up. Well, you know, who wants to see a good fight broke up in the first place? Of course, now here comes Abdullah Butcher again. What did I tell you about Abdullah? He never stops. Look at him. He's one of the most vicious men in professional wrestling. Now Abdullah Butcher using that head on all these people and trying to get him off of him. And right here, the Giant Warrior is back with that boot again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something right now. I get chills and spills, spines going tingling. I like to see this kind of match and this kind of violence.
It's right up your alley, right? Tooth for tooth, eye for an eye. He'll swing at anybody. That's right up your alley. But as you can see, the Giant Warrior ain't backing up. He's going right after the Butcher.
Well, that's what I figured. Abdullah Butcher, they were holding Abdullah the Butcher, and then all of a sudden you guys let go. The Giant ran over there and hit Abdullah the Butcher whenever it was holding Abdullah the Butcher. But just like I said, you can see Abdullah right now. Ladies and gentlemen, look, he's sitting there, it's just that old coconut hit himself. He's going to get up. And all of a sudden, wait a minute, now they've got him down on the mat. They've got him, they got him down on the floor. What are they doing?
Taking him to the slaughterhouse.
See, I'm going to tell you something right now. Why would they do this?
Well, they're taking him to the slaughterhouse. This match is over.
He should have called a cab.
Yeah, it's over. Well, fans, stay tuned. We'll have another one in the series of Bloody 2.
See, they won't even let Abdullah up. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, that we're back here, and you see, and here you are again. Yours truly, Ricky Santana, and the man that I most hate the most in Puerto Rico is the man called the Invader. And it seems to me that Ricky Santana. This must be the Ricky Santana hour.
Well, let me inform you on the situation here. The scheduled partner for the Invader was Bronco #1. But due to some travel arrangements, a delayed flight, or I don't know what the situation was, he couldn't make it. This was the 3rd time that he had gone out to the ring without a tag team partner.
Excuses.
He came by and asked me. I'd already wrestled once.
I know what it is. You just want to be on this tape so much that you they've picked out matches where you can sit here and brag on yourself for an hour and a half, and you can see something right here that this tape is called Blood 2, and as you can see, the Dick Slater has not been on this tape because Dick Slater very rarely gets opened up or beat up real bad, so that's why you haven't seen Dick Slater on this tape. But if you want to show these people just how much you get beat up, Ricky Santana, that's fine with me.
Well, see, I checked with our directors and our people affiliated with this tape, and they told me since you don't have so many tough opponents when you're here in the Caribbean, that's the reason why you never get busted open, because this is a top nonchalant, the cream of the crop when you see this type of action on this type of tape.
Yeah, you can see right here the Invader, he's trying to psych these men out, and it's not working as well as he thought it would. Right here, and they lock up. The Invader pushes him off to the corner right there, and then see now the Invader has got these kind of tactics that he's trying to use his fists all the time. This is called wrestling. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're not bringing you just full wrestling matches here. As you can see, the way that we've found all these matches on these tapes is because they're really violent. There, you did a real good job of getting in the ring there, Ricky.
Well, I had wrestled, like I said earlier before, and I was a little bit tired from the championship match that I had, and I did crown myself the champion. And right now, as you can see, we move smooth, even though me and the Invader have never tag teamed before.
Full arm twist, and right there he dropped hold of the man down, and he's got his arm pinned behind his back, and of course he's landing that arm to try to keep the man's leverage down, try to keep him from getting up, and of course, you have to be thinking it all the time in the ring. And right here, he's got a side headlock on the man, and he fires him off of the ropes, and he drops down there, and the Invader gets the other partner out. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be smart when you're in the ring at all times as your tag team, because you have to know what your other opponent is doing at all times. And right here, you got the arm twist back on him, and I didn't see any tag in that corner over there. Did you, Ricky? Did you see a tag?
I saw the tag. I was there firsthand. I made the tag, and Tony Anthony right now, he's in a world of trouble because he can't figure out how to deal with this type of offense there. You see a nice little drop-down move by myself, a little speed, a little agility, a little arm drag. What about that, Mr. Slater? What do you think about that?
He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. You just can never find yourself in that kind of position. You don't
put yourself in those positions.
Well, you know, there's Skando Akbar outside the ring right there, and Skando Akbar is probably one of the top managers in professional wrestling. And
shadiest, too.
Well, that's okay with me. I like the man.
You know how they may have the Arabs are. They're kind of shady.
That's all right. I like it because he gives me cheap oil.
Yeah, I bet she does. There is a small package, right? Almost got a 3 count, almost got beat. Tony Anthony doesn't know how to, he's staying beside himself. He don't know what's happening, but the bottom line is here that this.
I don't know what you call that move. You might call that move a small package. I call it hook. It looked like he really had you hooked, and you had him hooked, and maybe it was vice versa, but right here, Tony Anthony's arms bother him a little bit, and I can't blame him. He's had his arm worked on for the last 5 minutes by 2 people who hasn't tagged in and out. But you can see here right now the Invader, he's always sticking back in that corner next to you because I think the Invader is a little bit scared of coming out here after on his own.
How come Tony Anthony keeps backing up? Who's the scared one here?
Well, I'm telling you, they need to be talking about their tactics here and what they're going to be doing from 1 minute to the next. As you can see,
they're probably talking about what beer joint they're going to go after.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's all you're worried about is beer joints. But I'm going to tell you something right now. As you can see, this tape, ladies and gentlemen, that these matches are here for a reason because there are a lot of violence involved in this. And you can see right here, he's dropping that elbow in the Invader's head. Invader's down. I'm not saying the Invader's not a good athlete, but I'm just saying the Invader's a kind of a slow-down, sneaky dog to me. He's always got something sly about him that I just don't like, and that's why I didn't like the Invader, because he just thinks he's like the Hulk Hogan of professional wrestling, but he's not really the Hulk Hogan of professional wrestling. He's from Puerto Rico, and if you're from Puerto Rico, well, who cares? And I know, Ricky Santana, that you have a lot of wrestling fans around Puerto Rico, and there are a lot of people that back you up. And actually, I don't care at all if any Puerto Rican fan likes me or not, because I don't wrestle for the Puerto Rican fan. I wrestle for money.
You don't like anybody, do you?
No, I don't like a lot of people.
I don't think you like yourself.
I probably don't like myself, especially in the morning. I don't like myself. I like myself about 4 o'clock every night.
Oh, yeah. About 7 when you're staggering. Maybe 10 in the morning when you're walking out of someplace, huh?
I think you forget, Ricky, that I'm not just I'm a pretty good athlete myself. I don't classify myself as being a complete idiot all the time, but I do have a good time in life. And right here you see Skando Akbar, and he's directing this tag team. And when you have a manager with the capabilities of Skando Akbar, you got to be. It's like 2 against 3, and of course this man helps these men mentally prepare for a match like this, and mentally if something goes wrong.
Yeah, he helps him out by sticking his nose where it don't belong. Skando Akbar has a reputation for interfering in matches. You know that. I know that. The fans know that. Who are you trying to kid?
Well, as you see right here, Ricky Santana just took an elbow, and he's down on his back again, as usual. That's a good position for you, Ricky. I've seen you see on your back a lot of times. Right here, he's got him in a full body slam. And this is pretty well early in the match, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see here pretty soon, probably real soon here. Well, see now here, the Invader comes in there, and he's unlegally tries to save the man. Well, see, you know, that could have been a 1-2-3, and Ricky Santana, you could have got beat again, as usual on these films here.
Well, I haven't been beat yet, so I don't know what you're trying to insinuate or what are you trying to anticipate. But as you can see here, I am, like I said before, I am tired. I have wrestled before. Keep that in mind. I know you don't want to admit to the fact that I did wrestle before. Have you ever wrestled twice in one evening?
I've wrestled as many as 4 or 5 times in one evening, many tournaments. I've won the U.S. Heavyweight Championship by wrestling 5 times in one night. But right now, I see right now, Ricky Santana, here we go again. You find that you always seem to find that pull so well. And that's what I'm saying. If you're not aware of where you're at in the ring, this is what happened to you, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the Invader coming around here, trying to help you as being a partner. But there he stepped in. It's like stepping in stepping in the Lion's cage right here. He's putting himself in a very, very bad situation. If it would be me, I'd just leave you there and I'd just take care of myself. And right there, he ended up back in the pole. So the Invader didn't work. His tactics over here. It looks like Scandal Akbar's men has got the upper hand right now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see right now that Ricky Santana is not doing a real good job at trying to get up here.
Well, obviously, I've been slowed down temporarily. It's not a major setback. I've been hurt before, and the fans know that I give 110%. I have great intestinal fortitude. I look forward to getting in the ring each and every night. I know that there's danger, and that's why I'm a professional athlete. And even though I may beg to differ with your opinion on some of these matches, the fans can see for themselves. They're not blind.
Well, I'm the host, and you're the guest host. You know how that goes. Right here, you're taking a few punches in the head. It looks like Ricky Santana, you've been opened up wide open again. You must have what you call a glass head or glass jaw, because I've never seen so much blood, and I've never seen somebody that seems to be opening up every time a man hits you as hard. But of course, this tag team is very capable of doing a lot of damage, and when you got men like Scandal Akbar in the corner too, just like I said, Ricky Santana, you're fighting something here. You're fighting a losing battle right here. It looks like they've got you in a real bad position.
Well, the California Studs at this time of this match here were the World Tag Team Champions in the World Wrestling Council, and yes, they're tough, and yes, they can carry their own, and they can take it to street and fight just like everybody else, and they do have the advantage. But keep in mind, my dear friend, that the match isn't over until you hear that final 3 count, and we haven't heard it just yet.
There you see the man jumped up in the air and hit you with a big punch right in the head, and up here comes the Invader back in again. There he goes again, see? This is 4 times in this wrestling match I've seen the Invader come in as if you were covered and the man had you down for the 1, 2, 3 and made the save. But now right away, now he's using the tactic that I like, a choke. He's choking you there.
Yeah, he's a blatant choke. I mean, if that's what you think professional wrestling is all about,
well,
then,
it's
more power.
An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, just like I said before. And Ricky Santana right here, you're up and he's throwing you in the ropes, and right there he gives you a big clothesline and down you go. Well, you know, this man here, he must weigh about 280 himself. Right there you took another shot to the head, and this match is getting to be, ladies and gentlemen, it's like a crimson mask. The old, as Gordon Solie would say, the crimson mask. And Gordon Solie is the commentator of Florida Championship Wrestling way back in 1976, way before my time.
Excellent commentator, Gordon. At least Gordon lets his host do a little bit of talking. Obviously, you're jealous because I'm on this tape too much, and the reason that I may be on this tape too much is because I can't get a word in edgewise. They probably didn't let you speak at home when you were a kid, you know, and you have to take it out any chance you get to be on TV. I think maybe that's why you went into professional wrestling, just so you can see yourself on TV.
Well, I don't see myself very much right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing you, but I'm telling you right now, look at there's a right. You took another right, and you're firing back with the left. He fires with the right. There goes another big right. There goes another big right. And Ricky, look at you. Well, I'm telling you that right now. Here you come. Here comes the Invader back in the ring, and the referee gets him out. And there he's back up on top of that rope, and boy, he's really laying him in now to you. Now you can see, ladies and gentlemen, and take a look at Ricky Santana, and take a look at the blood coming off this man's face, and take a look at the pain on this man's face, and take a look at what is Ricky Santana made of right here. And I'm telling you that right now, that this, ladies and gentlemen, is not what you call a Saturday night out. This is what you call getting up in the morning, and every time you move, you get up in the morning, your head hurts, your whole body aches, and you just wouldn't realize this exactly how much a man can take. It looks like you've been in a car automobile accident here. I'm telling you that right now. Take a look at Ricky Santana. Boom, down he goes with another big right.
But you notice it's always 2. It's taken 2 of them to beat me up.
Well, this is tag team action, and that's how it goes, you know. It's like the eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and when you find yourself in the wrong spot of the ring, and they just tag in and out, and then that's what a tag match is made out of. It. And, of course, the Invader, look at him, he's hanging over there, there's his arm hanging out there. He doesn't look like he's really concerned right there at this time, because maybe he's just a little bit leery himself, because as taking a look at you and taking a look at all the blood you've lost here and the punishment you're taking right there, he made a bad move. He made a bad move. He thought he had you in a bad position, but you were smart enough to move out of the way. And he's down on that knee, and I believe he's injured his knee somehow. And you're getting up a little slow yourself, getting up real slow, matter of fact. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, he's trying to fight for that corner. He makes that tag. And here he comes, the Invader in. No, right, chop, right, another right. A big chop to him and another right to him. It looks like Ray Steve. Now, that's what I'm saying. You should never get yourself in a position in this ring where you're letting this man at the upper edge right there. Boom, he hits him with a clothesline. Hits him with another clothesline. Ladies and gentlemen, the Invader's jumping around like he's jumping on peanuts now.
Obviously, you can see that the Invader is fired up. Mr. Slater, he's taking it to the California Studs. They don't look so tough to me anymore. What's your comments about the Invader now? I think you're kind of scared. I know you've had some tough matches with him, and I know the end results of those matches, too. So you know the capabilities of the Invader #1.
Well, he had to jump up there and hit this man with a clothesline, as I see right there. And all of a sudden here, the Invader...
Trying to say he's short?
I think he's a little bit short myself. Don't you think he's short?
He may be short at the short end of this match right here because it's taken 2 of them to put him to the mat.
There he goes, the Invader's getting. Now, see the Invader, he used...
Now, what do we have here? Now, what did Akbar just do? Now, you say Akbar's a legitimate guy. Look, right there. Looked to me like he had some type of foreign object in his hand that was handed to him by Akbar. Now, if you didn't see that, you got to be blind.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Nobody likes to go to a bad movie, my friend. They want to come to a wrestling match, and they just want to see this. They want to see this. And right here, look at the Invader. I'm telling you now.
He's been busted
wide open. Now he's sucking for air. He looks like a goldfish in a fish tank or something. Look at him. He's sucking for air, and he's laying there, and he's bleeding, ladies and gentlemen, and the blood's pouring off of him as profusely.
He's probably busted one of those arteries that lay in the head. He's busted wide open. And look at the California Stud, Tony, and he's just taking full advantage of it. But you see he's still standing. And
boom, right there. He just tremendous clothesline. And look at the Invader now. He's covered with just red. He's laying there. You see now, look, it seems like you and Invader make a real good couple because you look a lot, you're covered in blood every time I see the Invader wrestle. Every time I see you, because you guys got soft heads or something. But look at the Invader right here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's all about. This is violence at its finest.
And you're just enjoying every minute of it. I could be laying out there knocked out, concussion, and you could care less. The Invader's in the ring right now. He's bleeding profusely. He may have to have a transfusion, and you can care less. Is there anything that you care about in this world?
I don't care about anything. I just do. I care about myself, and that's about it. But it doesn't matter.
A fat paycheck. How much is Fast Eddie paying you to do this tape?
Fast Eddie's not paying me a thing. I'm not even worried about getting paid in this thing. As a matter of fact, there's Fast Eddie himself. There he is out there running around there taking a picture, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's always out there trying to make a buck. That guy will look for everything.
Well, that's okay. Well, he enjoys this too. Look at the Invader. His eyes are rolled back in the top of his head right here. And the blood's all over everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this right there. He catches another clothesline. There's an awful lot of clotheslines being thrown in this match, ladies and gentlemen. I have a great defense over a clothesline. And you don't even get in the way. That way you don't have to worry about catching that.
That's probably why you're doing this tape for free.
That's why
and Victor Quinones is paying me top dollar to do this tape.
That's okay. That's why I'm so clean. You know, I don't I don't look like Carlos Colon, or I don't look like Abdullah the Butcher, or I don't look like you, I don't look like the Invader. I'm a clean-cut individual, my friend.
Oh, upstanding citizen, I imagine. You probably go to church functions, too.
That's right. I go to church, and I never cuss, and I never lie, and I don't drink or smoke.
Yeah, but damn, I forgot my cigarettes at the bar. Yeah, I bet you don't. Anyway, let's get back to the match in hand. The Invader right here doesn't really know where he's at. I know what he's thinking. Sometimes from the loss of blood, you kind of get these blacking out moments, but you always try to find yourself to the corner and you try to make that tag, but there's nobody there because I'm laid out on the floor.
Well, I'll give the Invader credit right here. He's got a lot of guts because he's lost a lot of blood, ladies and gentlemen. He's lost a lot of blood, and a lot of steam has been taken out of this man. He just took a full-body suplex right there, 1, 2, and he just barely makes it out of the count.
But he still made out of the count. Keep in mind, my dear friend. As you can see, the blood all over Brian Lee, the California Stud, and that's all from the Invader. That's got nothing to do with Lee. You can see he's completely covered. The Invader, the ring, the boots, everybody in the cheap seats, the third row. That's why they call this tape Bloody Bloody.
The Invader. He's in a lot of trouble here, ladies and gentlemen. He's in a lot of trouble. He's taken a great deal of punishment. He's lost a great deal of blood in this match. As you can see right now, I don't know how much more this man can take. There he comes off with a great big leg drop right across his throat there, 1, 2. And he barely kicks out of that one again. You know, that's what I'm saying. I give the Invader some credit. He's got a lot of guts right here, ladies and gentlemen, because of the amount of punishment that this man's taken. That there's a lot of men that would never even have lasted, not even a quarter of the time this man's lasted.
Obviously, the plan all along with Skandar Akbar and the California
Studs, there you go,
kind of backfired there, but their plan was to eliminate him.
That's what I'm saying. They made a wrong move right there, and the Invader got a chance to get over here and give you a tag, but where are you at? You're laying over there in the corner on the floor still, see? You're not even trying to help this man. You got to get up off the floor now. You got to suck it up. You don't see these other two individuals right here wasting a lot of time by, you don't see them laying on the floor. You don't see Skandar Akbar real nervous over there, not at all.
Well, I had a tough match prior in the evening. I had to go into a championship match. and I'm paying the price for it.
Boom.
Right there you see a pile driver.
A full pile driver. Ladies and gentlemen, a pile driver is probably one of the most vicious, dangerous wrestling holds or wrestling moves because you got all that weight dropped on top of your neck right there, and as you can see right now, the Invader holding the back of that neck, and boom, he just took another boot right there in the face. I'm telling you something right now, Scandal Akbar's got himself a real great team here because all I've seen right now is it's been 90% them and 10% for you and the Invader.
But as you well know that the Invader has a fighting heart just like myself, and we never quit. We never get. Look how the blood just pours.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely sickifying. If you have a weak stomach, you shouldn't be watching this film because this is really, really sick. I'm going to tell you something right now. The Invader is laid out, and he just had a double crash, this man in the ring, and both of them are shaking there. There's Fast Eddie. He's over there trying to get them pictures again. There you go, right here.
Him too.
There you go. He gets up. He's trying to get up. He's trying to get up. The other man has made it up faster. See, and here comes. Who is this?
This is the Bronco. This is the Invader's original tag team partner.
Bronco.
As you can see,
Bronco is a truck, isn't it?
No, it's a horse. It's a black stallion type of horse, and there he is.
A Bronco. Well, see now, what is he doing? What is he? Well,
he's cheering on his partner.
He has no business being here. He's got a coat.
Well, he's the scheduled man in this match. What do you mean?
A coat and a tie and a mask. Where's he going? A bank robbery or what? What is he doing?
He was a scheduled man in his tag team match. He missed his plane, I told you earlier.
Well, where did you go, Ricky Santana? Where are you at this time? I don't even see you. Where are you at?
Well, at that point in time, some of the other wrestlers, some of my good friends, saw that I was in trouble. They took me back to the dressing room to get me some medical attention.
That's great. You just were there just to see your face there. I guess that's the only deal. And it looks like this man is in a whole lot of trouble. What's Bronco doing? He's taking his shirt off.
Well, he wants to get in the ring. He wants to try
put
to
your
make
shirt back on, Bronco. You need to put it back on. You need to look at the muscular definition of this man.
He is a stout individual. He has trained in the gym. He's a professional. He comes from Santo Domingo, and he's one top-notch caliber wrestler.
Well, right now the Invader is all but out, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. It's just this match should have been stopped a long, long time ago. This match should have been stopped a long, long time ago.
But if you were in the ring and you were the one beating him up, you'd want every single minute of every hour just so you could roast, toast, and brag like you normally used to do.
The Invader is standing there, ladies and gentlemen. He's out on his feet. Now he's down on his back again. 1, 2, and boom, he just barely kicks out again. I don't actually try to tell me, Ricky, is he going to try to tag this Bronco here? Is he going to try to tag like Bronco's going to come in and do this? Oh, there he goes again. Big suplex again. I don't know how the Invader has been able to take this thing, Jim. I don't know how you can take it. I can't even take it. I'm getting so excited myself. I'd like to be in there. I know how to put the Invader away now. They're not doing the right job. They're not doing the right move. They're not doing the right thing.
Well, they try to do everything, and they've hit him with everything but the kitchen sink, as you can see.
Well, you got to hit him with the kitchen sink then.
Well, the whole ring is covered with blood. I mean, this match, you're right, should have been stopped a long time ago. The medical examiner, the doctor at ringside, the physician, somebody should have stopped this match. There's obviously too much of a blood loss. The man's career could be at stake, but I know you don't care.
This is not like boxing. You can stop over a little cut. You better suck it up and keep on going, because if you don't, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble. And Invader, if he would have been a smart man right here, he would have just laid right down there and quit, because he's taking so much punishment now. He's taking another pile driver right here. Boom, there he goes right on the top of that head again. This man's head must be like steel or so. I've wrestled Invader a few times, and I don't see, they must be doing something wrong there, because boom, and he tags that Bronco. Now here comes Bronco in the ring. Boom, right, left, another right. Boom, there's another right, there's another left. The Bronco whips this man in the corner. Boom, double chops him. Grabs him by the arm again. Try to run them together. Boom. Bronco's going crazy. Well, I hope Bronco's got a lot of gas, because he's about to run out, because I know what's something right now. Scandal Akbar hasn't trained a team that I've ever seen that's going to take this kind of punishment for very, very long.
Well, it's obvious that Bronco came here to fight, and he's taking it to the California Studs. Big backdrop on Brian Lee. There goes Tony Anthony to the floor, and the Bronco is cooking. What's he going to do? Double axe handles there. Here comes Bronco one more time. And who's that now? Now, how did he end up on his face?
I don't know.
What's Akbar doing?
He looked like a butterfly there, didn't he?
Yeah. What's Akbar doing now? Look, he's instructing him.
See, now
this is right up Dick Slater's alley.
That's right. That's Scandal Akbar. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. You deal professional wrestling, you deal with a lot of money, and when there's a lot of money involved, there's a lot of great pain, and like there's a lot of big egos. And right here, you see, ladies and gentlemen, boom, he catches him right in the arm of the chair. And boy, now he's left. He's left. Now look at the Invader and look at Bronco. Now you tell me, Ricky Santana, out of the 30 minutes this match has gone or something like that, who has had the upper edge at all times?
We'll be right back with our next match on Bloody 2.
Go again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I requested this match. This is going to be the last one for the last match you're going to see on the Ricky Santana Hour here. It's going to be against the one and only legendary Bobby Jaggers. And here you go. You got a bull rope match here. This is a rope tied between two man's hands, and in the middle of this rope is a big bull ring. And what they use these bull rings for, they put them around cows and bulls' necks to try to find out where they are at night.
Oh, you just had to pick this match out of all the matches you could have picked.
Well, I wanted to show you this man, world-famed Bobby Jaggers. This man is probably one of the most honest men in professional wrestling. One of the biggest cattle ranchers in Kansas. He's got all kinds of cattle with even breeds a buffalo. And one of the greatest fishermen of all time is Bobby Jaggers. A matter of fact, I took the man out one time fishing with me off of Clearwater, Florida. And every time he put a fishing line in the water, he came out with just about every kind of fish imaginable. I don't know, just fish are attracted to Bobby Jaggers. And right here, he just looks like Bobby Jaggers has got you in a bad position right here. Well, you see this bull rope, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to keep two men from running from one another. And that cowbell in the middle of this bull rope is used as a weapon. And you see right now, Bobby Jaggers is famous for this bull rope match. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, the bull rope match was invented by the great legendary fat man of professional wrestling, Dusty Rhodes himself. And Dusty Rhodes had challenged a long time ago in the state of Florida, was challenged great Pak Song Nam of Korea. And Dusty Rhodes is famous for a bull rope match. But you know, all these cowboys like Dusty and Bobby Jaggers are all a little bit cuckoo in the brain. Right there, you see, you just took that full-fledged shot right there from that big old cowbell right in the top of your head. We'll see every time. See, Santana, what you ought to do is try to keep yourself from your hands over your head at all time. That way, you wouldn't have to worry about getting hit with one of these things. Matter of fact, I don't even know why you're stupid enough to go ahead and sign a match to Bobby Jaggers. Look at Bobby Jaggers right here. And a bull rope match, and one that sees more experience than you'll ever be in this match.
Well, I'm glad you took the time to inform these people, and I'm glad you lost your breath, or I'd probably never get in the word in edgewise. But Bobby Never Tell a Lie Jaggers, yes, this is his type of match.
You're trying to say that Bobby Jaggers he's not honest man. Bobby Jaggers never told a lie in his life. And you see right here, Bobby Jaggers, he's got you in a bad way. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got this bull bell right there. He's digging in the top of your hand right now. And then Bobby Jaggers has got you in a bad position. I would have never in my entire life ever signed a bull rope match with a man like Bobby Jaggers. And Bobby Jaggers has got you outweighed by at least 150 pounds for one. And for two, Bobby Jaggers looks like he's in much better condition than you are. And Bobby Jaggers is one of the most honest men professional wrestler. And Bobby Jaggers, I love this man, Bobby Jaggers. As you can see, I love Bobby Jaggers. Bobby Jaggers is probably one of the greatest athletes that you ever want to see.
Did you ever travel down the road with Bobby Jaggers, or maybe you have some interest in his 5,000 cattle bull ranch out there in Dunlop, Kansas? Because you're obviously a good friend of Bobby Jaggers, and I don't know why you picked this match. You got something obviously against me personally. We've had a few battles in the past, but let's not dwell on that right now. Let's talk about how Bobby Jaggers is dominating this match at this point. I have to give him credit where credit's due. But hey, don't count me out, Mr. Slater.
Well, we're going to count you out here in a few minutes. I guarantee you that right now. So you can see Bobby Jaggers walking around here, and all these people are really behind Bobby Jaggers. Look at him. He's got a smile on his face. He's walking around here like he just owns the ring now. He makes his tag in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the object of this match is to drag your opponent around four corners to touch the corner. And you can use this bell, or you can use a rope, or there's no rules in this match, and that's why Bobby Jaggers is going to prevail, because when it comes to no rules, Bobby Jaggers, like I said, he's one of the most honest men in professional wrestling, but he's a very vicious, dangerous individual, and that's what this tape is all about, ladies and gentlemen, is viciousness. This is about gore, pain, blood, and guts. And Bobby Jaggers, like I said, look at Bobby right here. He's driving that cowbell to the side of you, boom, right back in another rib. Now Bobby Jaggers right there, he's nodding his head, and he knows what's going on. Let him spit to the fans. I love Bobby Jaggers. He's such a clean-cut individual, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's just about as clean-cut as you're going to get. But see, the bottom line here, Mr. Slater, is yes, this is the type of match Bobby Jaggers loves. Yes, he's in control. Yes, he's touching all four corners. But keep in mind that at this time and point in history, I was a Puerto Rican heavyweight champion. I didn't get there by luck. I didn't get there by handing it to me. I got there for being a skilled athlete that I am, and I'll get into any type of match with anybody at any given point. I don't care whether it's a cage, bull rope, fire, or anything else. I'm a competitor, and I'll fight to the bottom.
And honestly, I'm glad that this match is going to be finally over here. What was that? What kind of tactic was that? Now you tell me right there, did you not see where you hit that man? Did you just do this out of the figment of your imagination or the blindness of your mind? You just hit Bobby Jaggers where you're not supposed to hit a person in a wrestling match.
In the lower abdomen, Bobby's got so much abdomen there, he's got enough to support half the city of Dunlap.
Great shape. I'm going to tell you something right now. He's got abs, and I'm going to tell you just can't see him right now.
No, he's got one ab. Count him, one. It's just one solid ab, and right there, I'm using the cowbell. Now, why don't you say about your good friend Bobby Jaggers right now? He's not looking too good to me. Look at him. He's busted open. He's bleeding like a stuffed pig that he is.
See, the object of this match, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to drag your opponent from one corner to the next. And right here, I have not seen yet you take and try to drag that opponent to them corners. You got to touch all four corners. And I'm sure you try to pull around Bobby Jaggers at four corners. By the time you get to two of them, you're going to be out of gas, my friend, because Bobby Jaggers weighs a whole lot more than you do, Ricky Santana.
Well, this may be true, and yes, he does weigh a ton. He's 2 tons of fun in your book, but I'm taking it to Bobby Jaggers. I'm going to make him pay before I drag him around like the stuffed hog that he is.
There he goes. He's got whipped in the corner there, ladies and gentlemen. Here he's got, now you're using that bell again. I don't know, what are you trying to do here? Nice, boom. Oh, what a tech that was. Very smart move. I'm sure that, I don't know who taught you that one. There's another very smart move. Well, see, now you need to start pulling this man around the corner. As you can see right now, you've been lacerated again heavily.
Well, that's what this tape is all about. These are bloody, bloody matches. And yes, I've had my share of matches where I've lost a lot of blood. But you can see right there, Bobby Jaggers has definitely got some heavy lacerations on that bald melon-headed he's got. That looks kind of like Curly on the Three Stooges.
Yeah, well, right here, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby's hanging on right there. He's hanging on them ropes. He's using what he calls his brain, because Bobby Jaggers knows he's been in a lot of these bull rope matches and he's experienced this kind of match.
But you see, I'm still fighting. I'm trying to get to the corner. I'm almost there, and Bobby Jaggers senses defeat right there. He's sensing it, and now, what was that? That was a low blow, obvious to you and me and everybody watching this match.
All I saw him do, just like he does down in his ranch when he catches them steers and bulls. He pulled on that rope a little too hard there, and you went right back down. See, that's why I'm saying, that's why they call it a bull rope match, because he's very experienced in these kind of matches, because he has to deal with animals all the time.
Well, look, I'm treating this animal like he should be treated right there. Bobby Jaggers is worse for wear. Look at the blood just rush out of his head.
It seems to me you got that bull rope around his neck and you're trying to choke the air out of him right here.
Well, you said, no, the man, that anything goes in this type of match. You know these type of rules.
But you still got to have a little bit of pity for a man that's just going to sit there. I would never do something like that.
Oh, no. And you would never kick an old lady when she's down either.
No, I wouldn't. I'd wait till she get up and knock her back down again.
There's one corner. See, I almost had it going there my way, but I've lost a lot of blood, and so has Bobby Jaggers, and this match is taking its toll on both of us.
Right here, Bobby whips you in the ropes. Boom, off of the big clothesline. Right here, Bobby's gathering himself together, and just like I said, now he's going to go for them corners. Boom, there's the first corner.
Yeah, but you notice how smart I am? I'm right behind him. There's the first corner for me.
Bobby's using his brain right there. He's got this bull rope wrapped around his shoulder where he's got the leverage to pull you around.
Yeah, well, see, I'm touching too. He doesn't even know I'm behind him. That's how smart Mr. Brain with a bob.
All he's got to do is go a couple more corners here, and he's got you, Ricky Santana.
Yeah, well, there's three. We're even at 3 apiece.
And I'm sure glad that this hour is going to be over. Your hour is going to be over, and then we're going to get into some real excitement.
Oh, now look at that low blow. It's the only way he could get to touch that fourth
I didn't see a thing there.
Obviously, you never see a thing. You're like everybody else in an accident.
You were trying to adjust his boot there, and just then, whoop, there he goes.
Oh,
Bobby.
He hits the referee. Oh, he's a law-abiding wrestler, isn't he? I can tell you that right now.
Well, you see the referee was trying to count Bobby out at that point, and Bobby looked like the referee got in his way. And right here, you went over the top rope, and he's got that rope hung around your neck. And boy, I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say something right here. This is Ricky Santana at his best.
Oh, you just loving it, aren't you, Slater? You probably picked this one on the archives. I don't know what kind of connections or what kind of strings you pulled.
I'm gonna send a tape, one of these tapes to Bobby Jaggers, because he's gonna be, me and Bobby Jaggers have been our great friends. Now he just spits on you right there.
And you're probably gonna charge him for it too.
Next time, no, I'd never charge Bobby Jaggers for a tape.
Just
he would
trans,
never lie.
right?
Yeah, just trans.
There he's off. Well, folks.
And then what do we got? There you go. The last of Ricky Santana hour.
Well, Mr. Slater, I did a little Mr. Fuji investigation, and I went into the archives of the World Wrestling Council, and I requested a certain match. As you know, these two individuals in the ring, you're quite familiar with them, Carlos Colon and the Invader #1.
The two men that I hate the worst, Carlos Colon and the Invader 1. There you see right now, able to leap tall buildings with a single bound, more powerful than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet as Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch. One of the two worst wrestlers in the world today for coming out and saying, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are the worst, the nastiest, the most vicious professional wrestlers of all time. And you can see right now, the fans love me.
Yeah, wrestling's two favorite Dicks right there, Dick Murdoch and Dick Slater, and their crony, Joe Don Smith. Where'd you find that, Frankie, anyway?
Well, Joe Don Smith is a great, great athlete, is a great ball player for L.A.
For who?
For L.A., right? The Dodgers.
No, I don't think so. I think that's just a fabrication that you and Mr. Murdoch made up one night in some tavern down in Tupelo, Mississippi or
I'll
something.
tell you what, Dick Murdoch's favorite for a lot of taverns, and Dick Murdoch, he's got a lot of fighting, and Dick Murdoch's from Texas, and when you come from Texas, you were born to be bred to be a fighter, and Dick Murdoch's one after the fighter. He's just like the fun. You can see right here, Dick Slater's probably got one of the most vicious, hardest right hands in professional wrestling.
Well, I think that you're being a little glory hound here right now, because everything in Texas is big, including the BS that Dick Murdoch has been known to throw toward the fans. Joe Don Smith never played for the Dodgers. All he did is go out there and steal somebody's jacket from a dugout. And as for you, Mr. Slater, yeah, you may be tough and you may know how to brawl, but this tape here consists of bloody, and that's what I want to see. I want to see how bad and how tough Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch really are.
Well, I'm probably the only guy here in this match that probably doesn't get opened up in this thing here, but I'm saying, look at Carlos Colon. He looks like a bad road map there. I'm telling you, Carlos Colon's taking more.
That's many years of experience.
Well, that's the gift of being a catcher, and I've always been a pitcher myself. Carlos Colon's been a catcher, and he's called live. Look how clean-cut I am. Look how clean-cut Joe Dunn looks. And right here, Joe Dunn is giving, I'll tell you something, the commentator right here has got, he's a real biased commentator, and every time that I've ever gone out in the ring, he's got something smart to say just to try to offset Dick Murdoch and myself. But Dick Murdoch and I, being veterans of many, many years in the wrestling profession, know exactly what we're doing at all times. At all times. And right here, you can see Carlos Colon and the Invader. We're trying to get one of them out of the ring. They want to seem like they want to jump one man at one time. And
well, your reputation precedes itself. You two men, the hardliners, put the world-famous Steiners out of professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. The Steiners are one of the most toughest tag team. Well, they claim to be the most toughest tag team in professional wrestling. One of the biggest, one of the most in shape. One of the strongest tag teams of all time, the Steiners, and Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch showed them exactly what Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch really are worth. Right here.
Oh, you look really in control right there. Big body slam by Carlos Colon, and you don't look too good. That's all right.
All I'm doing is,
you don't look too good.
Hey, all I'm doing is setting up this man, and just like I said, I'm at the right time, right place at the right time. You see right now, I'm back in this corner. Carlos Colon had to be really stupid to come into Dick Murdoch. Right there, there's a big right hand, and Carlos comes back with another right hand. I hit him with another right hand, and Carlos Colon, I remember this night, he had a hole. His whole face was covered in Vaseline to try to keep them rights from hitting him right there. And you see right here, there he goes and hits me again. Now I'm being double teamed over in this corner. They won't let me out. There's the Invader running another right hand on me. Boom.
Looks to me like you're on the short end of a right. He's hit you with so many rights, you're probably begging for a left.
I'm not begging for anything. I'm just trying to keep myself together right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Seems like you're about to go out on your keister there.
No, I'm just setting this man up.
Setting him up for what?
I'm setting him up for him to make a wrong move, and I'm going to take over on him.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're so confident. I'm curious to your strategy here. How can you take over when you're spending your time on the outside of the ring?
Well, first of all, the referee should have got him back off me in the first place. Once you're in the ropes, you're supposed to be broke on a 4 count.
Oh, now you're saying that the referee is biased.
Well, no, the referee's Puerto Rican. Look at him. Huh?
Are you sure he's Puerto Rican?
I'm sure he's Puerto Rican.
I think he's from El Salvador.
Well, I think he's close to being Puerto Rican. That's just about close enough. There ain't nobody that's from Port Tampa, Florida that looks like that to me, you know?
Well, yeah, I've heard about that part of Tampa.
That's right. That's where men grow up and
where men are men and sheep tremble. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Port Tampa. Yeah. Anyway, here's Dick Murdoch in the ring. He's a veteran of many wars, including the war on foreign affairs and everything else. But as you can see, Dick Murdoch doesn't show any wrestling style. He just knows how to brawl using that elbow. And I've been on the other end of that elbow, and I personally think there's something in there.
Well, Dick Murdoch is just like myself. He's a very seasoned ring veteran, and he knows what he's doing at all times.
He's been around a long time when he means seasoned.
Well, I mean, seasons mean we know what we're doing in the ring a lot more than a lot of people do. Right now,
looks like you know how to receive a feed.
Well, let's look at the referee again. The referee is being biased, and he shouldn't be in the corner right there. That Invader's trying to back me off that corner, and here's Dick Murdoch. He's taking 3 or 4 good blows to his eye.
Yeah, but you're back on the outside of the ring. I don't understand. Why do you keep bailing out?
This match has got a 60-minute time limit to it. And
this is strategic.
Hey, I'm not trying to go out there and try to say that I'm just going to try to beat the man in 1 minute. I know that I'm not going to just beat Carlos Colon or the Invader because they're very good wrestlers. I'm giving them a lot of credit. They're getting a lot of credit just being in the ring here with Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch because they got to have a lot of guts because they know what kind of reputation that Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch have. And here's Joe Dunn right here, and he's giving the fans a little bit of his opinion.
Well, his opinion and $2 wouldn't buy you a good cup of coffee on any corner in San Juan.
And right now, you know, Dick Murdoch, you see him, he's got his hand over his eye, and it's where the Invader's been trying to poke at his eye. See, this is supposed to be a wrestling match, and it seems to me that the Invader and Carlos Colon have done nothing but throw punches so they've been out there.
What's Murdoch doing right now?
Well,
He's
Murdoch's
throwing right hands. I've seen 5, 6.
Well,
this is the 7th right hand and a kick and another kick. And he knows 2 moves, punch and kick.
Now look at that. He's just down there. He tried to hook him right around the head, and the Invader throws him off. He hits a rope. The Invader drops down here, ladies and gentlemen, and boom, he gives Murdoch a big hip lock. And there goes the Invader again. Now using that fist, you see he's right back to working on Dick Murdoch's eye again. And not every time I go in and try to help my partner, what is this, a referee? Now, you think the referee is over there telling Carlos Colon to stay in his corner and don't jump in the ring and do something illegal? No. And there he is. He's working on Dick Murdoch's eye again. Looks like Dick Murdoch's eye is nearly closed, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like, boy, I'm telling you.
He might improve his looks a little bit. Looks like Popeye, don't he?
Yeah, well, Dick Murdoch doesn't have to look very good because he does well.
He doesn't look very good.
He looks great to me. He looks like a heck of an athlete to me. I'm Dick Murdoch's a good
Now let's see what you can do, Mr. Slater. You've been talking this whole tape, the great caliber of a brawler that you are because you don't wrestle.
Well, I get the fresh guy. See what I mean? You know, all of a sudden now an Invader, the Invader tags out here.
What are you checking the wavelengths up there?
No, I just want to keep the man psyched out. I know
like
what I'm doing.
We're checking with the antennae.
Right,
no, that's a real good scientific move. Tape fist, punch to the head. Oh, yeah, I like that.
Right here, he reverses it on me. Boom, catches me with a big clothesline. That was a bad move on my part. Boom, there he goes back with the right again. Boom, a big headbutt. Down I go. Now you see he's right back trying to work on mine. You think that these men are trying to wrestle here? You think that you're trying to do something like grab a hold? And the object of the game is wrestling. And that's all they've done since we've got in the ring is try to throw punches at me. Right here.
What are you doing now? You're swinging right haymakers and you ain't connected. What's the matter? Is your sense of perception off?
I'm trying to keep the man off of me.
Are you swatting flies?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so. Right there, another clothesline. Looks to me like you're on the short end of the stick. Nice legal tag, everything by the book. Nice kick to the head, and here's a little for Dick Murdoch. He's telling you, come on, let's see what you got, Mr. Slater. Another right hand. It looks to me like you're in a world of trouble right here. You're fighting a buzzsaw. You gave it the first 2 rounds, and you're on the receiving end. And I just love it. Look, in for a cover. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. And where do you go? Into a corner, trying to consult.
Well, as you can see right here, the Invader and Carlos Colon.
Why'd you tag?
I tagged because that's what the object of this tag match is.
Oh, okay.
When you get in trouble, you tag your partner, but you always got to know where you're at all the times in the ring. And right now, Dick Murdoch's in a lot of trouble because Dick Murdoch's been poked in the eye a few times.
You say he thumbed him in the eye? I just see an exchange of right hands. The Invader and Carlos Colon are just retaliating because you're the ones, the guys that came in here first time, swinging and throwing punches and throwing caution to the wind. And what are you doing in the ring? The camera didn't catch it, but I caught it, the expert eye that I have in there. Another punch. I've seen Murdoch throw 28 punches, 58 kicks, and I haven't seen one wrestling move yet. Explain this to me, Mr. Slater. Why do you have to? He's only doing is rubbing his eye, he's rubbing his eye, he's rubbing his eye, and there. Retaliation.
There you go. Spoke to him right in the eye again. You think that I know what Dick Murdoch's supposed to be thinking right at this moment? Do you think that I'm that my brain is just like Dick Murdoch's? No, he's trying to cover up that eye right there because the Invaders had caught him in the eye 4 or 5 times. And I'm sure right now Dick Murdoch's having a real hard time trying to see.
And there you're there to consult him and tell him that it's okay, don't worry. If you lose the match, it's no big deal, right?
No, I'm not. We're not going to lose this match. We never lose match. You've never seen Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch ever lose a wrestling match at all. You're going to see pretty soon here just a reason why we don't lose right. They may have the upper hand right now because they have used the tactics that, see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to explain right there to keep the Invader from using the punches. Keep on telling the referee. But the referee, of course, he's not paying any attention to what I'm having to say. He's over there trying to put Dick Murdoch out, and Dick Murdoch sitting over there, and he's hurting that corner. And Joe Dunn hasn't done anything at all. All he's said out there is try to get this referee to be a little bit more biased on our part than he is on the Invaders and Carlos Colon. And right there, the Invader hooks me in a headlock.
Nice scientific move, side headlock. I see that you do possess. Now what's that? Now, Murdoch runs down the apron, delivers a knee to the back. Is that called wrestling or is that called double sabotage?
That's called being stupidity on the Invader's part.
Oh, yeah. And what are you throwing here? Caution to the wind, right hands, probably thumbing him in the eye, the same thing. But that's part of the profession of wrestling. You have to take what you can get when you can get it. Now there, you throw him outside. Now, it seems to me that you guys are one heck of a tag team. You know each other's moves. Everything is set up for you because, look, right there.
Well, from the beginning, you know, there's not a lot of, I mean, we hate each other. I'm sure Carlos Colon, I'm sure the Invader. There's a lot of bad blood between all of us. I can't stand Carlos Colon. I can't stand the Invader.
Now what's Murdoch doing? He's taking free advertising for somebody?
No, Murdoch's. Yeah, it looks like it to me. I don't know. He's trying to adjust the sign over there. Maybe he's going to go into sign business.
Now, see, that's not wrestling. They're not. What I'm trying to get at is that you're standing there, Mr. Innocent, in the ring.
But you don't seem to realize in this match, I don't believe there's any rules. This match started off, there was no rules in this match. There's no disqualification. Anything goes.
Well, okay, now I understand.
As you can see right now, the Invader is doing well on his back because the Invader likes to spend a lot of time on his back. Matter of fact,
there you go, sneaking out like the snake that you are. Is that the reason you got those diamonds on your boots? Because you're a diamondback snake or something?
No. I'm watching this. Just watch this match. Just leave me alone. I'm not trying to say
You're frustrated, right? You're actually frustrated.
Anything bad about you the whole night that I've sat here and talked about.
Oh, no, you just do. Anyway, here you have the upper hand, a nice Russian leg sweep. I have to give you credit. Excellent wrestling move. A tag. You're working as a tag team. Excellent wrestling. I have to give you credit where credit is due.
Well, it's like I said, Dick Murdoch and I know where we're at in the ring at all times. And right here, he's got the Invader in a real bad position, and Dick Murdoch, believe me, is a very, very vicious, savage ring individual, and Dick Murdoch can take a lot of punishment. And I've seen Dick Murdoch in very, very bad situations and come up on top in 99.9% of his matches, and that's why I picked Dick Murdoch as a partner to me, because Dick Murdoch and I feel like we all both give each other credit when credit's due. And right here, you see the Invader down, and boom, Dick Murdoch just drives a big right foot right to the side of Invader's head. Invader looks real well on his back because Dick Murdoch has taken over on the Invader, and the Invader, just like I said, we knew right away that Colon and Invader would try to throw everything they could at us early in the match. But it seems like, boom, right here, and the Invader's hung in the ropes right there with his feet. And Dick Murdoch, of course, is going to take full advantage of this. And why not take a full advantage of this?
And what are you doing in the ring? You're an opportunist, trying to take over on the man. The man's hooked up in the corner. Referee should be helping him in there.
Like I said, there's no rules in this match. And if it's fair game, you're in fair play. And right there, the referee, again, is trying to push me out of the ring.
Now, Dick Murdoch is a veteran of many wars, just like yourself, Dick Slater. And I've wrestled Dick Murdoch, and I've fought you in Japan, too. And I know you guys are double tough, but I have to put my money on the Invader and Carlos because I know their reputation here in the WWC precedes themselves. And what are you doing on the outside? You know, you're always seeming to sneak around when the referee's back is turned. Is that part of your MO? Is that part of your style?
Hey, you know, that's
maybe they should call you sneaky.
Not at all
Slater.
that I could try to do anything in front of this referee, because this referee was a completely biased referee. Like I said before, he's totally with Carlos Colon. You see every time somebody tries to make a move, and right here he's trying to give Carlos Colon some advice. Instead of trying to get Carlos Colon out of the ring, he's telling him what to do next.
Oh, you probably want some special referee like Carl Fergie or Bill Alfonso or somebody.
No,
or Tommy Young or something.
I'd love to have Abdullah the Butcher as my referee.
You probably would. You probably go back, you and Spanky. Anyway, here you go for that pile driver that's been banned in many federations, but not in the World Wrestling Council. And you think you got the victory all sewed up. You're very confident at this point, aren't you, Mr.
Well,
Slater?
I'm real confident at this point now. I may not get a pinfall on the Invader right here, but I'll tell you right now, the Invader's in a lot of trouble. And look at it right there, that pile driver up with the Invader right on up. The Invader in his coconut head.
He's been lacerated.
And boom,
there
right there.
Taking advantage of the laceration. The man is starting to bleed from the front end of his.
Boom, and look at that right hook, and look at the left hook, and then a big right punch. Boom, the Invader goes down. I'm going to tell you something right now. There goes the big elbow on top of the Invader. 1, 2, the referee. What a slow count. You see how long it takes the referee?
It looked like a normal count.
He
to
was
me.
down there for at least 5-6 seconds. It goes 1, 2, 3. And then you watch with Dick Murdoch and I get ourselves in a bad position where it goes for a count. This referee tries to go ahead and count us out real fast. Right there, Invader catches me with a clothesline.
Doesn't look like you're on the upper hand right now. You may have been before.
Yeah, well, I am right here. The Invader ain't doing too well.
But there's a tag. You didn't prevent the tag.
Yes, I did prevent the tag.
Well, obviously the referee didn't see the tag, and I don't understand why. But there you go, taking advantage of the Invader, who right now has been lacerated, isn't not in the upright position that he should be. And there you make a tag like it's all.
Dick Murdoch and I had legal tagged this whole match. You didn't see us do anything that was supposed to be illegal. And I will tell you something right now. It's like I said in the first place. There was no rules to this match. And matter of fact, Dick Murdoch and I were just to be a little bit light on these men, because I'll tell you something right there. Dick Murdoch's got a big right hand on the top of the Invader's head right here.
There he is, lacerated over the right eye, but he's still fighting. He's still fighting. You have to give the man credit. He may be lacerated, but he's still fighting. And Dick Murdoch doesn't look the best for wear right now. He's a tough competitor, but right now you got to give the advantage to the Invader and Carlos Colon, because it seems to me like, you know, they're like the ever-ready battery. They keep on ticking.
Well, the Invader, the object of a tag match is to try to get to your partner at all times, because you get yourself in a position where you got two men on one man, and then that's the object of the game, is to try to get over there and tag your partner. And the Invader right now is having a hard time trying to get to Carlos Colon. He's trying everything he can. He's got his last breath to try to tag Carlos Colon, because too much more of this, the Invader's not going to be able to handle it. Right here, Dick Murdoch goes for a pile driver.
But he's smart enough to make the tag. I have to give you credit there.
That's why I said we all know where we're at in the ring. And right here, Carlos Colon jumped me, tried to jump me from behind.
I see the referee's putting him out.
No, referee's trying to give him advice again. Well, I'm saying right now, and there he goes.
Now there, you threw him over the top rope. That's an automatic disqualification. Hey, look, what's Joe Don doing here? He's doing a Mexican hat dance.
Looks like he's trying to adjust his boot there a little bit.
Yeah, all of a sudden his laces are loose, right? He always happens to be conveniently in the right place at the right time. He probably coerced him before the match and told him everything that was going to go on for yourself.
No, he's got a mind of his own. But right here, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here's Carlos Colon trying to help the Invader back in the ring. And this has got to be where this match is taking its toll on the Invader and Carlos Colon. Carlos Colon has not been able to get back in the ring. The Invader's not been able to make a tag, and that's what the plan's all about, is not being able to tag your partner and to wear your other opponent down. And right here, I'm going to go up this top rope and try to...
This is a little out of your repertoire, a little high flying, isn't it?
No, I do just...
See? You took a gamble, and there you're paying the price. Excellent slam off the top rope. And it looks to me like you're hurt, Mr. Slater.
Looks to me like
you don't know where you're at.
Well, I'm telling you something right now. I might have got slammed off that top rope, and of course I fell. You can see right there. I just cradle this man, moved him over, tagged Dick Murdoch again. Dick Murdoch's coming in.
And Murdoch putting the boots to this Invader. Now I have to wonder, does the Invader have enough resiliency to last this match? Because he's been in there a long time. He needs to make a tag with Carlos Colon.
He needs to make a tag real bad, and I don't know if that's going to happen this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you something right now. Right there, boom, he caught that Murdoch right back in that bad eye, which he worked on in the beginning of the match, and Dick cannot see where he's at right now.
Well, I can see where he's at. He's flat on his face on the mat.
And the blood's pouring off of the Invader, and Dick Murdoch's tough enough to get right back in that corner. And there I go, right back in. That's what I'm saying. We've got
right
the
hand
Invader
after
tied
right
up.
hand after right hand. You're taking it to him. I have to give you credit. You guys have contained the Invader the whole match. You've had him in your corner, and that's great tag team strategy. That's probably why they call you guys the hardliners. But it looks to me like the Invader had outsmarted you just one time too many.
Well, it seems to me the Invader is a little bit short there, and Dick and I didn't try to judge his distance, and he got underneath the arms of both of us, and here comes Carlos Colon in here. Of course, there you go, that referee again. He won't get him back out. I don't see there was, well, it was a tag made there. But of course, it was not. It probably wasn't a legal one. But there's Carlos Colon throwing a right into my head again.
Now where are you going? Why are you bailing out? That's
what I'm saying. You try to stay away from him when you get in trouble, and there's Carlos Colon going, boom, driving
seems to me like you met the ring post.
Yeah, I did meet the ring post, and I'm telling you, that's
a whole different story now, isn't it?
That's a different story. But I'm telling you something right now. Hitting a ring post does not feel good, ladies and gentlemen. It does not feel good at all. It's steel. And there's Carlos Colon taking me outside, trying to run my head into this pole out here now.
Little free advertising there for San Juan Cement. Yeah. Look, what do I see? Does it look like Mr. Unpredictable has been lacerated?
I think that's Carlos Colon bleeding. It's on my face now.
I don't know. I'll have to check into that a little bit closer. I have to make sure that the camera does not lie. I mean, it seems to me like you've been lacerated, Mr. Slater.
Well,
what's your reasoning for this? What is your answer?
I got caught in the wrong place.
Good answer, as if you were playing Family Feud. But the bottom line is, looks to me like you're on the receiving end, and you're not used to that. Well, are you, Mr. Slater?
No, I'm not used
lost
to that.
For words,
no,
are
I'm
we?
not being
For the first time on this tape, you're at a loss for words. I can't believe it. And there, excellent move there. Hurt Nate. Now, here we go. Specialty of Carlos Colon. Every time, you know the figure four. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with every wrestling hold there is in professional wrestling. And Carlos Colon, yes, he may have my leg at this point right here, and he has not applied figure four to me yet.
Just a matter of time. There it is. The legendary figure four.
But he forgot about Dick Murdoch being there and Joe Dunn.
And Joe Dunn, too. Now, what's the purpose of Joe Dunn being there? He's just supposed to be, what, an advisor or a manager?
Joe Dunn.
Or is he your gopher?
No, Joe Dunn took it upon himself to come in. You thinking that I needed any help at that point? No, not at all. Now, as you can see right here, I don't know who this man is, but he comes out and he runs Joe Dunn. He's trying to came up to Joe Dunn and run him out of the building. Now, they had no business going out there and chasing
He probably
this man
owed him
off.
some money. That's the reason he was running from him. You know how Joe Dunn can be sometimes owing money. I've heard that he's owed money all around town. But that's neither here nor there. Let's look at Dick Murdoch right now taking it to Carlos Colon. Now, I got to give credit where credit's due. Murdoch's double tough. And it seems to me that you got to be double tough, too. But what gets to me is that you always have to have a 2-on-1. Why is that?
Well, it's not. You know, what you need to do is get onto this match and get off of me on this thing. All of a sudden now I've turned into probably the worst individual in the world, but I'm not really like that. This has been a very tough contest between four great athletes. As you can see right now, Dick Murdoch and I and Invader and Carlos Colon are in a real bloodbath here, and all four of us, man, have taken a great deal of punishment in this match. And just like I said before, that's how much you can dish out. You can see Dick Murdoch here. He's got the upper edge. He's got Carlos Colon, and back in that corner, he's hitting him with everything he's got. And Carlos Colon has got a head just like a watermelon. And it's real hard, and it's hard to knock this man out. As you can see right here, I throw a right hand. I got Carlos Colon down. I pull this knee pad down, and I drop that knee right on the top of Carlos Colon's forehead. And now I've really got this man in trouble. Now, Carlos Colon, what do you call this? This is what you call a figure four right here. Now let's see how good Carlos Colon is. Let's see if he can make it out of his own wrestling hole. Because Dick Slater knows how to put on wrestling holes as well as any man in professional wrestling. And looks like Carlos Colon is in here and give up 3 or 4 times already. And do you think the referee would have rang that bell? No. The referee kept on going.
Look at the advantage here. It takes two of you. It seems to me that you've lost too much blood in this match, and you need extra leverage from your partner on the apron, because obviously you can see right there from the look on your face that you're heavily lacerated. Same with Carlos Colon. Look at the blood flow everywhere.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something.
Obviously, there's not enough pressure on that leg to make Carlos Colon submit.
This is a real tough match right here. It's a real tough match, and it's taking a lot of toll on all four of us. As you can see, this match now has run probably over 20 minutes long. 20 minutes in a wrestling match with being pounded on is a long time to be able to take or dish out any kind of pain at all. As you must be in great condition, and Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch have always been in great condition, along with Carlos Colon and the Invader. I'm going to give them credit for what they are, but I'm going to tell you something right now. I cannot stand these two men, and they can't stand us, and the feeling's mutual.
Well, that's very obvious from all the blood that's been shed in this match at this point in time. But it seems to me that right there, Carlos Colon has mastered the reversal of the figure four. And it looks to me like if it isn't for your partner, Dick Murdoch, getting into the ring, this match could have been over. Look at you. You're heavily lacerated. You got to be tired. You got to be hurting.
That's the difference between average tag teams and great tag teams. And Dick Murdoch and I are great tag teams. And like I said, I might have been in a bad position right there, but I was smart enough to know where Dick Murdoch was and made the tag to Dick. And now Dick is taking back over. Carlos Colon just throws a big right at Dick's chest.
And Carlos Colon is severely lacerated here too.
If they were smart, they would have gone after that. If going after the Dick Murdoch's already injured eye, but they haven't done that. Now Carlos Colon is taking another right, and another right, and another right. And this match, ladies and gentlemen, is really, really getting to be a vicious, nasty-looking match. Boom, and there's another right from Carlos Colon. Dick Murdoch's rocked. Boom, he's rocked again on the deal right there. Come on, Dick, come on, make that. There you go. Boom, he's rocked again. See, Carlos Colon has fought back. Now he's tagged the Invader. Here comes the Invader in. Invader's now fresh. See, now there's the difference because the Invader's been sitting over that corner resting.
Well, see, that's what it's all about in tag. It gives you the opportunity to regroup, to get your senses back. And it seems to me like Mr. Murdoch is on the receiving end of a lot of blows, and they're going right after that eye.
That's
obviously, they must have heard you or thought the same thing or anything, but they're going after Murdoch's eye.
If you got something injured in the ring and they know that, I mean, somebody's going to go after them. There's the Invader. He's trying to get the people behind him at this point.
And it seems to me that eye has been busted open.
Yes, it has.
And they're taking it to Dick Murdoch, and he's still standing, but barely.
Yes, he
has.
Big
right hand, and there's Murdoch. He's got to be
well,
down for the count.
Dick needs
he
to
can't even throw a punch.
Dick needs to get over there towards that corner. See, now he's in a bad position where now here's the Invader biting Dick Murdoch in the eye. Now
I think he was headbutting him. See, I was right. He was headbutting him. Now Murdoch has been lacerated. He's bleeding profusely. His face is a crimson mask, and this match is taking its toll on both teams. Both teams are heavily lacerated. Both teams are feeling the blunt of this match and the rivalry and the hatred that you both have for each other.
Well, you're looking at 25 minutes of violence here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you that right now. Dick Murdoch and Dick Slater against Carlos Colon and the Invader. And I'm telling you, anywhere, any arena in the world, you go see this match, and you're going to be guaranteed that it's going to be a match that you'll never forget. And there you go. You see the Invader working on Dick Murdoch's ribs. Now I don't know what the Invader does. Boom, right back to Dick Murdoch's bad eye again. There's not much that I could do at this point. Dick is not trying to get over there and make that tag. He's pretty well dazed, and there he goes. He's trying to reach for that tag to me, and the Invader now comes over and gets a cheap shot in on me. He made his mistake right there, but Murdoch took his eyes off Murdoch. Now Colon gets a tag from the Invader, and it's a fist fight from here on out.
Looks like a pure sixer, but there's that world-famous headbutt. I'm sure that you felt many of those that night.
Boom.
And there was an attention getter. Now, I have to ask you at this point, do you know where you're at?
I know where I'm at all times. Right here, the Invader's got a sleeper on. There's Carlos Colon. He's got me in the corner. I'm trying to follow the camera, ladies and gentlemen. Having fast action. And right here, I got trying to get the abdominal stretch, and I couldn't see where I was going on him. And right here, Carlos Colon seems to be able to get it on me.
Seems like you're on the short end of the stick right now, Mr. Slater. But I know that the match is taking its toll on both of the opponents, and I see that looks to me like Murdoch is completely out. Now the referee should be over there, I think, instead of worrying about you and Carlos Colon.
Well, that's what I said about the referee. Referee's very biased. He's called a lot of bad shots, and we should have beat these men a long time ago. And right there, you see the Invader running. Now it's got to be out of control altogether.
It's out of control, and I should believe that the referee should be ringing the bell.
Now the Invader's got Dick Murdoch over there on this table, and he's pounding him right back in that eye again. Yeah, this match should have been stopped here, and it seems to me that there should have been some people out here to break this thing up. But it seems that this match got fully out of control here.
Well, the referee doesn't have it under control. Obviously, this rivalry maybe constitutes 2 referees. Maybe
now watch Carlos
constitutes a
Colon here
cage.
takes up and picks up a ring bell and tries to hit me on the head. Now, what do you think we're looking at? Abdullah the Butcher here? He's got Abdullah the Butcher's tactic. You didn't see me do something like that.
But if you had the
Right.
opportunity, you probably would. That's the bottom line here. But as you can see, this rivalry has gone past the wrestling rules. It's past anything else. That's why it's on this bloody, bloody tape, because of the lacerations, because of the type of matches this is.
Now look at this. These fans are trying to poke at me here now. There's Carlos Colon trying to drive them boots into my brain while I'm sitting down in the chair. This bell's already rang. This match should have been stopped. And here, now they've taken advantage of the situation, and they're back on Dick Slater and Dick Murdoch, and we shouldn't even be in this position. And now all of a sudden, here's somebody out here, and here's
Casario comes out to try to split this up because it's definitely out of control. And there's another one of the ones that are trying to help some of the securities getting in the way. You know, trying to separate you two. And look, there, you take a cheap shot at him.
Well, it's like I couldn't see who I was hitting anymore now.
You just want to hit anybody at that point in time, I'm sure.
No, I was trying to fight for my life, and I guarantee you more. Carlos Colon and myself are both feeling the pain of this match. And right here, they're trying to keep Carlos Colon from being on me again. Like I said, this match is over, ladies and gentlemen. There should be no need for this. I've never just attacked anybody or did something like this. I've never done that.
You've always been right.
Now, look at this. Looks like Dusty Rhodes. No, it's Randy Rhodes.
Randy Rhodes, his cousin. Anyway, he's sitting there, and Murdoch hits his own. You know, he doesn't care. You don't care. Look, you're hitting security guards. You're hitting everybody. You probably hit your mother if she'd have been in the way.
Well, my mother wouldn't be out there in the first place. She's a smart lady.
She don't like wrestling. And now you see Carlos Colon, and there you are again. This match is totally out of control. You know, where's the security? You know, we need to put you guys into a cage is what we need to do.
Well, that'll be a day. There'll be a day coming when with Carlos Colon and the Invaders. And there's Dusty Rhodes again. That's Randy Rhodes there.
There you are on the receiving end.
Well, you know, there's these people holding Dick Murdoch, and now all of a sudden
they're trying to separate these people.
They're trying to separate.
And there, right there, you see Carlos Colon. Now Murdoch kicks one of the security guards, and there's the Invader, and you're coming over. This is totally out of control. Totally out of control. Let's get some people out here. Let's get this
all about violence, and this is what it's all about, violence. And there's a lot of violence here. And you see right here, Carlos Colon's got his neck. He's biting me on the ear now. That's what I'm saying. How can I do anything with somebody holding me in the back?
Well, that's
right
the Exotico. Isn't he a friend of yours?
That is Dusty Rhodes again. That's Randy Rhodes again.
Well, which is it? Is it Dusty or is it Randy?
He kind of looks like Dusty Rhodes.
You know him.
The only difference is Dusty Rhodes weighs about 30 pounds more than Randy Rhodes.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's see if we can get some order restored here. Obviously,
as you can see, now this match is going. This not even a match. They seem to be trying to fight. And here, Dick and Murdoch, all we want to do is get back to the dressing room.
Yeah, obviously, you find a shortcut to go
Carlos Colon and Invader raising their own hands. They thought they won the match. They haven't really won anything yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to end. Between Carlos Colon, Dick Slater, and the Invader, it's going to go on and on and on until somebody really gets hurt. And somebody's really going to get hurt bad someday. And it's not going to be Dick Slater or Dick Murdoch because we know what we're doing.
Obviously, you took a ladder and took a title downstairs.
Colonia, el retador, Mighty Igor. Árbitro, Ricky Vargas Benítez.
Bueno, Padín, encuentro interesante. Por ahí se
right
ve.
here, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen here we go. Look at this. Look at this. What is he? Some kind of clown or something?
That's the Mighty Igor.
That's the Mighty Igor.
And he's coming to the ring with Miguel Perez Sr.
Well, I don't know about Mighty Igor. The man is mighty big, mighty powerful, but his brain is mighty small right here, and he seems like he needs to be a little help to the ring here by a.
Well, he's not familiar with the grounds, you know, at the stadium, so he's got to be led down the line.
And he's fighting a man, Jos LeDuc, probably one of the most powerful Canadian wrestlers of all time. We call him the Freight Train, Jos LeDuc. And he weighs a good 350 pounds, and we haven't got a chance yet to look at Jos LeDuc, ladies and gentlemen, because Igor can't seem to find his way to the ring here.
Well, that's the reason that they're trying to escort him to the ring, because he likes the fans so much. He wants to be close to them. He wants to be associated with them. That's the reason he's always out there.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. Igor is being helped to the ring here. It looks like he's trying to find. Now he's going into the dugout. What is he doing here? You know what he's doing, Ricky?
No, I don't. I think he's going to go out and shake hands with some of the fans. Yep, he's going out there to shake some of the fans. You know, Mighty Igor had a reputation of always being, you know, real friendly with the fans, a real down-to-earth type of individual. I know he likes to eat kibasi and all those Polish foods from his mother country.
You think Jos LeDuc right now is worried about the fans? Jos LeDuc's worried about this match, and as long as I've known Jos LeDuc, and as tough as Jos LeDuc is, I'm sure right now he's not concerned. It's Dory Funk Jr. right there.
The same man that trained the Giant Warrior.
That's the same man that trained the Giant Warrior, Dory Funk. And right
to
there
give
now.
credit where credit's due.
Now you see right now. Here's what are they doing here? Hugging or kissing or what? What is going on here?
No, they're getting their strategy down.
You
for
think
this
Dory
lumberjack
Funk is
match.
going to try to jump the Mighty Igor here? No,
You never know.
No.
Funks have been known to do that. Now there's Jos LeDuc, anxious to get this match underway. Right there, you
Jos
see the-
LeDuc comes from Canada. He's a seasoned athlete. He's worked up in the sawmills and in Canada, and he's been a lumberjack, and he's a tough individual. And Jos LeDuc can give you out a lot of punishment. As you can see right here, Igor still can't seem to find the ring, and I don't blame Igor, because deep down in Igor's mind right now, he knows that he's got to get in and he's got to face a man like Jos LeDuc. And right here, this referee is trying to get, they're trying to get some kind of order going, and they're trying to get Igor in the ring right here.
Well, this referee is an excellent referee, or else he wouldn't have been appointed by the World Wrestling Council. Jos LeDuc, obviously, he looks like he's a man who's thinking, but this match is a lumberjack match. That means every time the wrestler gets thrown out of the ring, the lumberjack's there to put him right back in.
Well, Jos LeDuc is very experienced in this match, because being a lumberjack match is right up Jos LeDuc's aisle, because the lumberjack match was conceived and invented in Canada. That's Jos LeDuc's match. The lumberjack match is same with the Canadian strap match. Jos LeDuc is still in the wrestling profession and still very tough, still one heck of a man. And right here, Igor still can't find his way to the ring.
Well, he's right there at ringside now. He's going to be getting in the ring, and soon enough, this match will start. Jos LeDuc, you see, very anxious, ready to go. He's sitting on go. Let's see what type of match this is going to turn out to be, because obviously this match was called for. I don't know who asked for it, whether it was a Mighty Igor or whether it was Jos
Well, I'll
LeDuc.
tell you what, we're here to commentate Bloody 2, and this is going to be a bloody match right here, I tell you right now. And it's not going to be a lot of Jos LeDuc's blood. It could be a lot of Igor's blood here, because Igor is very stupid. And when you're a stupid individual, now he's sitting there with a belt.
That's the North American Heavyweight Championship
Well,
belt.
I don't believe that Igor has ever wore a belt in his life, because he's too stupid to wear one. But here's Jos LeDuc trying to take the belt back, because you know Jos LeDuc, that's his belt in the first place. Right here, you see Jos LeDuc take the belt and give it to Igor over the top of his head.
I think at that point right there, the referee, Ricky Vargas Benitez Hernandez Colon de Leon, should have disqualified Jos LeDuc from the start, because obviously Jos LeDuc's trying to take things into his own hands and take advantage of every opportune moment.
Well, you see Jos LeDuc, 330 or 40 pounds of him, putting the big boots to Igor right in his belly right there, and now Jos LeDuc has got him in the corner, and he's holding him in that corner with some kind of reverse chin lock
Looks
here.
to me like a chokehold, very blatant type of chokehold, and referees should be counting him and making him break that chokehold.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you now, Ricky. That could be a chokehold, but this, like I said, this is a lumberjack match, and then again, now I don't really know the stipulations of this match, whether there's any kind of rules in this match. And right here, Igor has got big Jos LeDuc down on the mat.
Well, he's kind of slowed the freight train down just a little bit, hasn't he?
Well, lumberjack matches are real dangerous, because every time you get thrown out of the ring, you got 10, 15 wrestlers grab you, throw you back in. You never know what's going to happen to you outside that
right
ring.
there, big headbutt, and Jos LeDuc's trying to take a little run for the locker room, it looks like to me.
And you see Dory Funk Jr. there, and you see a lot of men
The
trying
rock and roll RPMs, you see the super medic, you see Miguel Perez.
It's Miguel Perez.
You see
Miguel Perez gets to look older every time I see him. Every time I see Miguel Perez, he looks older. He needs to get out in the sun and get a suntan on his body too. He looks like he's sick half the time.
Just a matter of opinion. Obviously, you don't know him. There, Jos LeDuc trying to bail out again.
And I'm sure that he's a real close friend of yours too. And there's Jos LeDuc, and you can see the pain on Jos LeDuc's face.
That's fear in my eyes. That's fear. He doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't want to get into the ring. He's trying to fight it, and the wrestlers are making sure that he gets back into the ring.
You got 15 men here trying to grab Jos LeDuc and hold Jos LeDuc while Igor is trying to drive a boot in his head. And here's Dory Funk Jr. trying to help Jos LeDuc back in the ring here.
Obviously, Jos LeDuc doesn't want to be there, or else why does he keep bailing out? You tell me. You know him better than I do.
Obviously, right here, Igor has drove a big knee in the back of Jos LeDuc. He's working on the back of Jos LeDuc's neck, and Jos LeDuc is not faring too well right now, Igor. Of course, There goes Igor, hits Joe LeDuc with a big headbutt. Joe LeDuc has rolled out the other side of the ring, and yeah, here you go again. You got all these men out here to grab Joe LeDuc and push him back in the ring. Joe LeDuc has not tried to run at all in this match.
Well, I've seen him go out of the ring 4 times, and we haven't been into the match more than 2 minutes.
Well, that's because he was knocked out of the ring right here.
I didn't see that. Maybe I was looking at something else, but what's Joe LeDuc doing right now? Seems to me like he's undoing his belt here. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't know the stipulations of this match either.
It just looks like he's trying to. The belt came loose from his pants right here. Right now, Joe LeDuc just delivered a good right hand at the top of Igor's head. Igor is not hitting Igor in the head is not. You know, it's not like you're going to knock any sense, and then you don't have any sense.
Well, obviously, it had to take a belt buckle to slow this big man down. And
right
there you see. Now, what's he got there in his head? Doesn't look like anything. Looks to me like.
I think he took that from Igor in the first place. Igor had that in his pocket, and all of a sudden he went to use it on Joe LeDuc, and Joe LeDuc got it away from him and used it on him. Doesn't look
this
too
isn't
good.
Within the rules now. As you can see, he's been lacerated.
He's been lacerated bad, ladies and gentlemen. He's been lacerated real bad. And right here, Joe LeDuc is taking full advantage of the situation. Got Mighty Igor rocked in that corner with a big right hand right there. Igor is laid back in that corner right here. And I see Joe LeDuc is taking him, and he's slammed his head against that. Well, he's trying to do that right there. Boom. He's got his head right against that turnbuckle right there. You know, people think them turnbuckles are soft. Well, all there is steel and a little bit of tape over them turnbuckles. Anytime you hit a turnbuckle with your head like that, it's just like taking a vicious punch. And here's Joe LeDuc working on that on the face of Igor.
Looks like he's trying to rearrange his nose and face structure there. You can see that the Mighty Igor is hurt at this point in time, but he's still fighting back. Now the fans, they're all behind Mighty Igor. They've liked him ever since he came to the World Wrestling Council, and they're behind him 110%. Now, Ricky
most of these Puerto Rican fans, you know, they're going to be behind a guy that's stupid in the first place, because most of them are all stupid anyway.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to say that they don't have a lot of sense. You know, they like Igor because they walk around like Igor.
Well, I don't think that's very appropriate. We're not talking about the fans, we're talking about the match. So let's keep our mind on the match. As you can see.
Well, you're talking about the match, and I'll talk about the fans. I'm going to tell you that right now. They like Mighty Igor, but they got the same mentality as Igor does. It's just like Cologne or any rest of them. They're all
now, where's
Puerto
LeDuc
Rican.
headed for now? He's headed for the
LeDuc was a little bit dazed here, and he didn't know where he was at, and they were just trying to help him back in the ring. You see, they just pushed him back in the ring. Igor's got a little bit of sense about him, whatever sense he's got. Now he's biting Joe LeDuc in the head.
Oh, that's all within the legal rights. I mean, if he can bring in a foreign object.
Ladies and gentlemen, a vicious headbutt. Whoa, gee. Popped him again right in the head. He's using that head. It's called using your head.
Yeah, it's called using your head. I mean, he's beyond the point of pain because he's heavily lacerated. You can't even see his face. And now he's noticed that he is bleeding. So now he's definitely. Now look at LeDuc. LeDuc's been busted open too.
Yeah, well, hey, we're going to see. And I've known Joe LeDuc for many, many years. And Joe LeDuc is a big, strong, tough individual, and he can take a lot of pain. And Igor, don't count Igor out either, because he's a big, strong individual too. I'm just trying to go with purpose that's got the most sense. And it seems to me that Joe LeDuc has got a lot of sense. And here's Igor wraps Joe LeDuc, all 330, 40 pounds of him, up on his knees in a full body bear hug.
So you got to say at this point in time that Joe LeDuc is the worst for wear here, because if the Mighty Igor can hold this man up as big as he is and be as heavily lacerated as he is, he's got to have some intestinal
I'm not
fortitude.
counting Igor out. I just said Igor don't have a lot of sense, but he's a very strong individual. You can see right here, somebody's...
Now look, there's your good friend Dory Funk trying to get into the ring.
No, I guess somebody outside. Now all of a sudden, what's going on?
There's somebody else. There's Cheeky Star sticking his nose where it don't belong. Obviously, this was a planned conspiracy from the start.
Well, obviously, Joe LeDuc has just won the match. No, he didn't. He just got a 2 count on him, ladies and gentlemen. Just a 2 count.
Maybe not.
No, he hasn't. He got a 3 count there. He's got a 3 count.
How can the referee let this match go by?
Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, it was a vicious match, and that's what this is tape's all about. This the violence of professional wrestling, and right here you see a lot of violence, and that's what you see. The lumberjack match is one of the most violent matches in professional wrestling, and Igor is still after Joe LeDuc, and now that's why I said Igor don't have a lot of sense. Joe LeDuc just laid the belt right across his head, and it just like didn't even faze Igor. Igor couldn't find his way to the ring, but he can't find his way back now for sure.
Well, here we come to a very, very dangerous match, Mr. Slater. I don't know if you've ever been in this type of match, but it's a barbed wire match. And as you see in the ring right now, Jason the Terrible taking on Carlos Colon.
Well, I don't know the reason for the barbed wire to be there, but I know one thing, it's really, really dangerous for both opponents, because if you ever got caught in a piece of barbed wire, it could rip your skin apart, rip your arms, your legs, your head, your face, just anywhere at all. As you can see right now, I'm not familiar with Jason all that well, because a man wears a mask, and the reason why he wears this mask is because he's got something to hide, or he's just the way he is. Now he's trying to push Carlos Colon back into this barbed wire. Carlos Colon was able to keep his balance at this point. You know, and I want to say right now, it's been a pleasure working with you as a co-host.
Well, wait a minute. What makes you the host and me the co-host?
Well, I would just say, well, we may call
you
you.
have more zeros on your check or something?
No, the ghost host or the host. I'll call you the co-host. No, I don't have more zeros on my chest. Check.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure working with you too, but let's keep in mind here that the type of match that we're dealing with here, the Sheep Herd has made this match world famous.
Well, as you can see right now, Carlos Colon had his arm caught, and it's probably lacerated on his arm right here from that barbed wire. He's getting pushed back in that barbed wire again. It's sticking in his back, and I guarantee you right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a good feeling to be stuck with barbed wire. Right here, Jason's got Carlos Colon, and he's got him against the ropes and the barbed wire, and it looks like Carlos Colon's trunks are caught in the barbed wire right here, and he can't get loose.
Well, I'm sure you've seen barbed wire since you visited the Funks on their Double Cross Ranch, and you've been out in that Texas and waddling around and in the mud and stuff out there with the Funks. But this match is very dangerous. It's one of the most brutal matches in professional wrestling, and blood does flow in this type of match, and that's why it's on this tape.
Well, as you can see, Jason, oh, there he goes. Carlos Colon's chest is caught right here in barbed wire, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what you call violence at its finest, right here. I would hesitate to sign a match in a barbed wire fence like this myself. I think that this is taking it a little too far. And it's just a little bit too dangerous. It's a lot dangerous for both men to be in the ring with barbed wire all around the ring at any time. Well, now he's right here. He can try to put his eye out right here with the barbed wire. He's got it rubbed across his forehead. And Jason, of course, you look at him, he's a very huge individual. And Carlos Colon's got his work cut out for him in this match right now. As you can see, Carlos Colon is down on the mat, and Jason has taken full advantage of that barbed wire from the beginning and the opening of this match. Carlos Colon has found himself caught in them ropes and on that barbed wire, and it seems like he cannot get loose from Jason, and that barbed wire is wrapped across Carlos Colon's head now. And look at the smile on Carlos Colon's face. No, that's not a smile. That's pain. That's pain from Carlos Colon. Look at the pain that he's delivering to Carlos Colon right now. Barbed wire all over him. He's cut Carlos Colon everywhere with this barbed wire, and Carlos Colon cannot get free from this barbed wire and can't get free from the grips of this man, Jason, a man that's probably really controversial and probably has a, who's he managed by? I'm sure he has a manager. I'm sure it should be.
At this point in time, he was managed by Cheeky Star. This man is very controversial. He uses that mask to his advantage, as you can see right there. And he's taking his toll on Carlos Colon. He's already used the barbed wire on him.
Well, you know, maybe Jason's used this match to his advantage, because Jason's probably an individual that's probably taken a great deal of punishment to his face, and he probably doesn't want to take any more punishment to his face.
No, I think more or less he's been to the Dick Slater School of Hard Knocks and do anything at any cost to win a match.
Maybe he's been, maybe it's more like Dick Slater School of One Flew of the Cuckoo's Nest, huh?
Yeah, Ringling Brothers would have a hell of a time with him, that's for sure. Right there, you can see that he's just taking it to Carlos Colon. This man has no concept of the rules. He has no sense of value or anything else. He's just out to maim and cripple people, and that's right up your alley. You probably like this guy if you ever met him.
Well, right now, Jason got caught, and then Carlos Colon had reversed the ropes on him there, and Jason's got his back caught in that barbed wire now. And Jason's feeling the effects of barbed wire being stuck in your back, and I don't know if anybody, any of you people at home have ever been stuck in a piece of barbed wire before, but every 2 inches or 3 inches in a barbed wire fence, there's a big spike coming out, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. It seems to keep a horse in the stable. I'm telling you that right now. And it's keep these two men. They're battling out. They're both. I mean, I got to give Carlos Colon some credit. He has got a lot of guts for being in this match with a man like Jason, being surrounded with barbed wire.
Well, it's gotten to the point where you have to do what you have to do when you have to do it, and Carlos Colon felt that at this point in time, this is the type of match that he needed, and he's paying the toll for it. Right now, he's got his shoulders to the mat, but it wasn't good enough to hold him for a 3 count. Jason's going to have to do a little bit more to just beat on him.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you right now, Carlos Colon has got a lot taken out of him, and Jason so far has only been caught in barbed wire a relatively short time. And,
Carlos has got to change his strategy.
Carlos Colon has got his win back. Jason caught back in the barbed wire again. Carlos Colon has got that fire back in him, and he's back after Jason. He drives a boot. Jason just did something really illegal. Of course, there's probably no rules in this match. Again, there's Carlos Colon grimacing in pain. And now Jason's taking the fact that Carlos Colon is down. He's taking the man up, and right there he's got him around, and he's drove him back in that barbed wire. And look at the barbed wire sticking in the back of Carlos Colon's back in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is what violence is all about. This is professional wrestling is violence. You will not see this unless you go to an arena. This is the only time that you will ever see anything like this on any kind of film at all. And, of course, who's it brought to you by? But not only that, Pro Wrestling Wear.
And Capital Video and Victor Quinones and all the other people that are affiliated with this great tape. But as you can see right there, Jason trying to drive that barbed wire into the spinal area, maybe cause permanent injury. This match is very dangerous. A lot of men have retired after this type of match.
Well, as you can see right there, Carlos Colon just took a big clothesline. He can't seem to get off the ropes to get away from this barbed wire. The strategy in this match is to keep your man on the ropes and keep him tied up in that barbed wire, because the more you have him back against he's got his back in that barbed wire, he cannot seem to get off of that barbed wire. Has got him hooked around there. Right there, Carlos Colon catches him with the right hand in the back of his head.
Well, he's got to do that because the front of his head is protected by the mask.
It seems like Carlos Colon finally got loose right there from the barbed wire. Boom, there goes a big right hand, and he's rocked Jason. Jason comes back with another right, and there goes Carlos with another right. There's another big right. Now Jason's back in that corner. He's caught in that barbed wire again. Boom, Carlos is driving him back in that barbed wire. Boom, Carlos Colon just drives another right. There's another big right. There's another big right. And I'm going to tell you something, the action's hot and heavy here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you, it's really going good at Carlos Colon's way. Boom. Carlos Colon just did another really good illegal move as usual.
No, that was a wrestling move. That was a counter move to a counter move, and that's what you get when you get the
right here, Carlos Colon is working on his mask, and he drives him frontwards into the barbed wire. Now his chest is probably cut open with that barbed wire. Boom, whips him across the ring. Boom, right back in the barbed wire again. Now what is Carlos Colon doing? He's jumping up and down. I guess he's well, that's momentum is going his way. I got to give him credit. It's going his way right now, and the fans are going crazy. You can see right here. They're all behind Carlos Colon against Jason here. I'm going to tell you something right now. There, he's really got him going. He's got him and thrown him into that barbed wire frontwards, poking into his chest. Boom, and he takes that mask off. Now, what's the reason for this, huh?
Well, hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Carlos Colon feels that Jason can bring that mask in the ring. Hey, it's equal game on anybody.
Look at Jason. He looks like a little kid. He looks like a little kid. No wonder he wore that mask. Now Carlos Colon is using that mask to his advantage. Now he's using the mask to his advantage. He's got, boom, he pops Jason in the face. Boom, right. Now he's got Jason's open. He's got him open right there. Drives him back into the barbed wire again.
That's the advantage of the mask. That's why Jason brought it to the ring.
Boom.
You can see he's been busted wide open. He's heavily lacerated. Blood is pouring profusely out of his head. And for all said and being bounds, I'm glad it's happening to him. I think he should have that done to him.
Right now, he's asked Carlos Colon for a little bit of help here. Carlos Colon seems to be
begging
using
for mercy, as Gordon Sullivan would say.
Well, he's using that mask. Carlos Colon is using that mask in his face right there. And I'll tell you something right now. Not only does the barbed wire have to really be painful, but the right fist, and now there, boom, he drives him back into that barbed wire again. This is why I would never want to sign a match with anybody in a barbed wire match. This is totally insane. This is something that you two men are going to take. It's like. Boom, he takes the mask off and drives him over the top of his head again. But I was trying to say, it's like, how far can you go with a professional wrestling match? How far can you go to where you can say, when you got bigger and better guts than the other man? And right here, and then back and forth, back. Now, who's this man here?
This cheeky star being chased around. He needs to leave the arena, and somebody's taking him out to the parking lot. As you can see that inside the ring, Jason has lost an enormous amount of blood. You can't even recognize his head, his face. He's just totally covered You know, I'm sure he's going to have to be stitched up after this match, and he's paying the price for signing this match with Carlos Colon.
Well, I'll tell you what, both men are paying the price for this match. It's like I said before, whenever you're involved in a match with barbed wire surrounding the ring, it's going to be really, really vicious and exciting match. And right here, as you can see, Carlos Colon has got Jason in a real bad way. It seems like Carlos Colon has got him where Jason's not even knowing where he's at now. Jason is just out on his feet. He's just holding on in ropes.
Well,
and Carlos Colon, well, why doesn't Carlos Colon try to just catch a pinfall now instead of trying to punish the man more and more? What's the reason for it? There goes Jason down.
The price.
Well, I'm sure Jason's paid the price too, and I'm sure Carlos Colon has paid the price too, but I'm guarantee you right now, Carlos Colon should have tried to pin this man, but he hasn't even tried to pin him. He knows he's got him in a bad way. The man is really hurt bad, and boom, what happens now? Carlos Colon finds himself on the reverse end of the foot there, didn't he?
He went to the well one too many times.
That's what they call it there, Sonny.
He's got big body slam by Jason, and what's Jason going to do now? Is he going to the top? I think so.
I don't know what Jason's going to do.
This man
I'll tell you something right now. See, he's laid there too long. Carlos Colon and lay there. I know he knows. Boom. He got him again, didn't he? Carlos Colon could not move out of the way. He should have tried to got out of Jason's way right there. Jason should have went for the pinfall right there, but he's so fogged and so dazed at this point that he doesn't. Now he's got back up there again. Now see, he's making the wrong move. That's what I thought. Carlos Colon would finally move out of the way and found out Jason's laying on the leg. And now Carlos Colon, being the man that thinks he's mastered the figure four leg lock, has got him in a bad way. And there's Carlos Colon going to apply the figure four leg lock. And Jason, after he's run him in this barbed wire fence, and boom, Jason right here has got to give up.
I don't know if he's got to give up, but Jason is strong. But that figure four that Carlos has brought him many a victory, and this may be another one in the record books. Ricky Vargas, Benitez, Fernandez, Colon de Leon asking Jason if
Jason just reversed the thing on Carlos Colon. He just reversed that. I would never thought in a million years that he could have done it. Now Carlos Colon is in a bad way right here.
Yeah, he may get one of those notches in the loss column. It's going to be tough to see who's going to win this match, but let's see. Let's see if Carlos Colon can hang on. Let's see if Jason can put enough pressure on the reversal on that figure four to give himself the victory. Right there, you can see the pain on Carlos Colon's face. He's trying to get to the ropes.
Well, Carlos Colon can't get to the ropes there because where is he going to go? He's going to have to go right into barbed wire, and he knows that. So now Carlos Colon has reversed the thing right back on Jason.
Let's see if Jason can come through.
Well, let's just see who could take the most punishment for the longest. And right there, Jason's finally had enough.
Well, it was a smart move on his part. He may have sustained permanent injury trying to hold on, and he just decided it was easier to give up and let the match go on and keep your career intact.
Well, they're the people. They're going to go out and get them some pinchos now. They figured Carlos Colon has finally won a match.
Well, there you have it, folks. A bloody and tired but victorious Carlos Colon.
Well, there you have it, folks. A bloody entire hour and a half of action and a lot of violence, and this is what it's all about right here. And look at
the blood just pour out of Jason's head. He's going to have some medical attention. I hope there was a paramedic or a doctor on hand that night, because he's definitely going to need one.
Now look at Carlos Colon. He's got 2 belts.
I'm more interested to see what happens to Jason after this, because he definitely needs some medical attention. These people are applauding, but that man still needs some attention.
I think they shouldn't even show Jason's face anymore in this match.
But like all things in this world, Mr. Slater, wrestling has its violent side. Bloody Bloody 2 is the violent side, and I'm sure there's going to be a Bloody Bloody 3.
I'm sure there'll be a Bloody Bloody 3, because as long as there are men like me and like you in professional wrestling that don't like one another, then there's always going to be that chance where I'm going to try to open you up someday and you're going to try to open me up someday. So I'm going to say goodbye to all the wrestling fans, and it's been a pleasure to be here, and it's been a pleasure for you to be my guest host there.
No, let's get it straight. You're my guest host. I was the host. I was invited first. Well, there you had it, Mr. Slater. An hour and 20 minutes of the bloodiest matches in the World Wrestling Council. What is your opinion of all this?
You know, I really enjoyed myself. You know why I enjoyed myself? Because I wrestle the same way, and I am a real vicious, and I do believe that the more gory, the more bloodier they are, the more excited I get. And what'd you think, Fast Eddie, about this whole thing, huh? You thought it was a great edit, huh? Well,
I
I'm
just
gonna
want
tell
to
you
make
something.
sure that you pay us our money because I didn't come out here for cheap.
It's been a pleasure, and for Ricky Santana and from Dick Slater to bring you probably the worst looking, probably the most goriest, probably the most bloodiest, probably the most sickening tape that you ever wanted to see in professional wrestling. And there's a lot of good friends on there that are mine, like Abdullah the Butcher and a few other ones.
Yeah, I got a few on there too, as in Carlos Colon. And
Yeah,
Invader,
I figured you'd like
myself.
them. I figured
and I
you'd
want to
like
thank
them.
everybody at Capital Video and especially Pro Wrestling Wear, who was a co-sponsor on this video. Fast Eddie, Victor Quinones, and Ellis, thank you. But fans, stay tuned because as long as there's violence in professional wrestling, there'll be Bloody Bloody 2 and Bloody Bloody 3.